That's you without craisins. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our TTRPG showcase Monday nights. I am your dungeon master, James, and I am joined here by a few lovely folks. We've got our Zach, Mr. King Cloudy himself. How you doing, Zach?
Happy to be here, James. Happy to be here.
Excellent. And Ms. Neon Graffiti.
Hi.
How's the freezing?
We're chilling. We're freezing. It's cold. It's cold over here. My furnace is out for the evening. It called in sick.
It did,
but I did not. So
that is
we're
entirely
here.
Fair.
We're a little bit of an icicle, but we are coming along.
Do you have a heating pad?
No, I can't say that I do. What I can tell you is that my GPU has never been happier.
That is fair. If you need a ceramic heater or something, I got a handful. We'll drive them across the city to you. So.
Aw, thanks.
And I'm not gonna say last because we're gonna go over to Ms. Jackie Sky Knight this time.
Hello.
Because unlike other Logomancy streams, I don't forget you.
That's why you're my favorite.
David.
He's not living that down for a bit.
No.
Let's do that.
How's it going?
Good. I got some new mechanical pens and a pretty binder to write my IRL D&D stuff in, so I'm very happy.
So it's interesting because sometimes people are like, what do women want? Like crime and guns. No, stationary. Stationary is universally like the answer. Also crime and guns.
Also crime and guns.
Crime and guns
actually
themed stationary.
Crime and swords. Guns, meh.
Crime and weapons.
Swords are cooler.
I thought it was just drugs and alcohol, but
no, that's men.
Usually,
maybe Smedible, maybe.
And we'll some see. Of that can fit into the crime category, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And if
you're
Molotov inclined, some of it could fit into the weaponry category too.
True.
I mean, that's a thing.
Women want swords and fire, and crime and guns and stationary.
So passion, a passion for all things,
and pizza.
I had pizza.
I said passion. Yes. Look,
you're right.
It was good pizza.
I don't know how many of the current viewers have seen me in person, but there's a certain passion for pizza in my life. It's a thing that happens.
I'm just Italian, so
that's fair. I'm not. I'm decidedly not. Last but certainly not least, joining us for the first time on stream, Mr. Fragoot.
Fragute to you.
Fragute.
He's Italian.
I feel like that's like
Fragute.
Fragute.
I'd rather you just call me a slur.
It's like a French cheese, but it's actually just frag out spelt the Canadian way with an E at the end.
Oh. Yeah, I'd rather you just call me a slur.
How goes?
Oh, it's going, better than last week, that's for sure.
You're in a new place, new backdrops.
Yeah, new everything,
I like it.
Yeah.
New
show. Yeah.
It should be a good time. So, what I'm gonna do is I'd like in character. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. When I'm not gonna do a normal recap like what we would normally go to. I'm gonna keep it pretty light. Okay. So y'all find yourself in the city of Miranda, having been sent off here on a mission from the womb. Collectively, you were gathered together. You were teleported away. You landed here. You found out some information. And Malcolm, as you meet up with your brother, Dean, down at the docks. I want you in 3 sentences to deliver him some information on what happened last week. 3 sentences. Count the words.
Okay.
And then Violet's going to do the same.
Okay, fun.
And then Bree's going to do the same.
Okay, let's see. Oh, there he is, of course, at the Devil Crab food stand. Hey, did you find any leads on this Gasm guy?
I'm just like eating as much crab as possible.
Get over here and I'll give him a big hug.
Yeah,
I like it.
good to see you, brother.
That was a lot of sentences and no information.
I know. I love it.
Hey, that delivered some information. We ate Devil Crab. We're looking for Nate Gasm, and
I like it.
I love you.
And I love you. That's the most important information.
Yeah, that's the most important part. Come on.
So how long's it been since we've seen each other?
Couple days, I'm sure.
Couple of days.
Oh.
Yeah. It's been 80 years.
It's been 80 years.
Violet, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey.
it's Mohawk Malcolm. Malcolm Mohawk? Yeah, that's whatever.
Yeah.
He's
Nice to meet you.
Dean.
So we met up with Yelvis, our contact here. And long
his
story short, the island that we're gonna go to, God, I can't remember the name of it. Names aren't my strong suit.
Myoglobin.
Yeah, that's the
Also-
place.
Also, not the name of the island. Continue.
No.
Hemoglobin, the island out there that Mr. Nathaniel Orville Gasm went to, has some Kuatoa on it, and they kind of believe he's a god, is probably what we're assuming. But that's just speculation at this point.
Bree, fill it in.
Well, actually, we're going to Melbourne Island.
Also,
Or
not the
something
name
like
of the
that.
island.
I
love
have
it.
it spelled. I can't remember how it's said. You break. It's not my strong. We can only get there by boat, and there's 7 different tribes, and one of them definitely thinks he's a god, and now there's anime bullshit going on over there.
Dean just looks the most confused about everything he just heard. Okay. Yeah, just
Eating crab.
keeps eating. Sounds
Um,
good. Let's go.
Dean, you are made aware, much like them. You left the womb, which is the adventuring stronghold of your collective band of adventurers, several days before your brother and everybody else. You had received a little bit of information that some weird happenstance was happening over on the island of Myelbin. And they weren't really sure what it was about, but it seemed related to Earth stuff. And one of the contacts in the city of Miranda had sent word back saying, "Hey, can you send some folks over to come and check it out?" You jumped ahead a few days, did some scouting through the town. You are not an intelligence officer by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope.
And the majority of it turned out to be sitting around in bars asking about people and cracking skulls.
That sounds correct. Yep.
Yep.
Mostly sitting at the bar, like couple skulls cracked, but that's because they took my beer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you to roll some kind of a charisma check for your approach to gathering information in this place. What would Dean do?
What
I have
would
the
you-
hardest time not calling Malcolm Sam.
Not calling him Sam?
It's supernatural jokes.
We considered that at first when we were trying to name ourselves, but I was like, no, we can't be Sam and Dean. It doesn't. We can't.
You are able to click on your skills in your character sheet as well if you want to roll them that way.
Yes, forgive me. It's been a little while trying to find my character sheet on here.
If you hold down the Alt key and double click on Dean McDougal on the token, it'll open up your character sheet.
That's not how I do it.
You'll also find the character sheet in the journal section, the book in the top right corner. But yeah.
Cool. Okay. That's
So-
helpful.
How does Dean go about this? Is this an intimidation? Is this a persuasion? Is this a deception? How does Dean gather info? Is it performance?
It's
Yes, please.
it's not a performance. More so, it's he's just going bar to bar, getting a lay of the land, and having a couple drinks, and then asking people around him what they know.
Okay, probably a persuasion then if you're kind of being gregarious.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much he drinks, it could get a little more aggressive. If people are pushing into him. But just to say the least, he's trying to keep it cool going, and he's just like, hey, sorry, for some reason this page is just sitting there on a loading die, so I'm.
That is strange. It loaded right up for me there. That's all good. Yeah. You originally rolled the 8. I'll throw your charisma at it. So it's a 7.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly what I thought it would be.
Asking about beyond what your brother and his adventuring friends here, you understand what this is. This is a collection of adventurers put together in a squad. And because the womb has a tendency to rotate squads where you've kind of like, you've got a medic, you've got a scout, you've got grunts.
Gotcha.
And it's looking around at the regalia. Again, you probably adventured with at least one of these other folks before besides your brother.
Yep.
What they've shared with you is the penultimate amount of information that you've gotten at this point.
Okay.
Some dude named Nathaniel Orwellgasm.
Orville-gasm.
It's quite the name.
Yep.
Nathaniel Orville-gasm.
You recognize the name Nate Gasm from being in the womb.
Okay.
There's a fella there that looked like the lead singer of Metalocalypse, and really took to it. A paladin from the order, made his way over here ahead of you guys, and all of a sudden weird shit started happening over on that island. So
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah. So as you slurp down your crab, I should point out too, the crabs that you guys are eating, I found the artwork for them.
Oh.
And all of so they call it hell crab because you go through hell to try and get it out, not because they're called that. These are called bearmit crabs.
oh my god,
And-
they're adorable.
And they're adorable. They have little fuzzy hind legs and front legs and then claws. And they're half crab, half bear.
I love them.
They're shells.
Yeah. They're not hermit crabs, they're bearmit crabs.
Dean is using. Have you ever tried to like open garlic and you have to like use the side of a knife to slap it? That's what Dean's doing with his axe with these crabs. He's just grabbing it, just bam, cracking.
Hold on. Listen, the guy he showed us how to do this. You got to go around here, grab it by the anus, and the whole thing sort of just pops open like that. There you go.
Yeah. It turns upside down, and all of the meat pulls from the claws and the legs, and it shows up in the little hermit crab shell like an ice cream cone.
There
And
you
it
go. That's easier.
It does all the work.
Way
for you. It's
easier
portable.
than picking all this. Way easier than picking all this
All right,
Shell
I'm
out
I
of
mean,
here.
the shell provides a good crunch. I don't know what the rest of y'all
Or a
are
good
on.
house.
Seagulls around. There's a bunch of the different kiosks and stuff that are here. Half of them are boats that are just kind of anchored sideways up against the pier. As you're walking past, like there's more pier here than you would expect. And Frag, for illustration's sake, what you see on the screen as the background is kind of the city that you're in.
Okay.
Nestled into the underside cliffs of a hillside. It's mostly a museum town, portside, usual trappings. Tourism's pretty big here, fishing, that sort of thing. Yellick, the old feller,
Elvis.
Yellick, the old fella from the womb that is your intelligence contact here. Think Hudson from Gargoyles. He's the one that initially met you, set you about town, provided you a little bit of context, gave you a bunk, all that jazz. He had told you guys that he's gonna get a ship prepared for you for the morning.
Oh.
So, and here we be. You're going on a boat for a little while. Is there anything that you'd like to prepare now that it's daytime? Supply-wise in the city, spell prep-wise, anything of that nature?
We should probably get rations.
If you didn't already, if your character is not the kind of character that would have them on them already, they are readily available here in the city, and you have money. It is easy enough to do so.
I think I'm covered on that regard.
Yeah, I think I'm good for
I think
that.
I'm covered on rations, but I think Violet takes a little bit of time. And I kind of go into town and I find some nice like citrons and oranges and limes. Just to have.
Just in case.
Just
There's
in
a small
case.
pine tree in a pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly oranges. I think she likes oranges.
Violet, any changes for your spell preparations? Being the primary spellcaster.
No, I think we're good.
All right. Fair enough. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. You work your way down to the water. And Dean, you've been here before. It's one of the reasons that you came ahead in the first place. And this isn't the first time that you've been out on a boat from here either. There's a pair of brothers, twins, it seems, that run a ship here. It's just a small trader ship. They haul stuff all over, anything for a price kind of deal. They're certainly not pirates. 100%. It was the first thing that came out of their mouth the first time you met them. It's like, "Hi, I'm Hasso. I'm not a pirate. Hi, I'm Segan. I'm not a pirate."
That's actually just the name of their ship.
Yeah.
Not Pirates Co.
Not Pirates Co. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is now. It certainly is now. And as you're looking around and you see that familiar little, it's more than a sloop. It's kind of a skiff. Down at the water, and it's about 40 feet long or so. Twin sails. It's got a familiar blue ring circling the primary sail that seems to glow and glisten. Anybody proficient in Arcana?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Actually.
Bree, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. I got a number.
You got a
That
number.
is 6.
That's a 6.
That's the 6.
you're fairly confident that boats don't normally glow. And it's probably so they can see in the dark. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
totally. And through fog. Fog's dangerous.
And as you head down, you see these two small forms kind of like scurrying about on the ship, and hit down to the dock. What do you say? What do you do?
Sorry, I know them pretty well.
You've met them at least a handful of times. You guys from this morning, looking at the go to Pier 34. You recognize the ship. You recognize them as Hasso and Segan.
So as I make my way down, I kind of lock eyes with one of them and just kind of put my hand up, kind of wave "Oh, hey, nice, good to see you," and start walking towards them.
Two of them immediately pop up like this, as these two otter folk, in hardened leather, studded leather, with a bunch of harpoons strapped across their backs, just take notice, like meerkats. And because why not? And one of them goes down on all fours and scurries up a rope up onto the dock, just total squirreling. Wipes his hands down. He's like, hey, how's it going?
Good. It's been a while. How are you doing?
Still not a pirate.
As you've said numerous times.
Yep. What have you heard?
Well, I heard you're a pirate, but we're not going to go there. Not today.
He
Not
fingers
today.
one of his harpoons for a second, his javelins. It's somebody's going to get murdered later.
Not saying that you are a pirate, because you're definitely not a pirate. But
Absolutely.
if you were, I think that'd be chill. I think that'd be fine.
Pirates give regular sailors a bad name. It's like people who, if you were a blacksmith and you're just hey, I'm making horseshoes here, and axles and things like that, and every motherfucker that comes past you is make me a magic sword. You get pretty pissed off every now and again, right?
That's fair.
Not all blacksmiths, not all sailors,
Not all sailors, not all men,
pirates.
for sure.
Well,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Not all ticks.
We need your ship.
Please.
That's what I heard. How much are you bringing with you? And he
Just us.
looks nervously over at his cargo hold.
I look at the crew. I believe this is everything.
Just us.
Good. Ballistas?
Nope.
Are we gonna need ballistas where we're going, or?
I think we'll be fine.
I mean, if you have one to spare, you can bring it with us, but we don't have one this time. Last time, I know that I had a couple ballistas. This time, no ballistas.
Yeah, and remember how that worked
Yeah.
out. Not very well. So
We're sorry
yeah,
about the
sorry
hole
about
in the
that.
boat, but it became a nice window. Look, as you see, his,
It's half patched over.
yeah,
There's part of a tarp.
yeah. It's a great window
and-
now.
I left my spare trebuchet at home too, so
No, though. See those that with the buoyancy and stuff. Trebuchets, total amateur move. It's for the best, really.
Yeah.
On a boat,
Yeah.
that would be.
I mean,
boat
it would
boucher.
certainly be surprising.
It
Can
might
you
actually
imagine hooking one boat up with a trebuchet and then flinging the boat with another boat?
That'd be wild. That'd be actually insane.
I'd love to see that.
It'd be like throwing a boatless, and they'd be like
A boatless, like
Through the
a
air?
e-boatla.
like
a
a
boatless.
bolus, but
Yeah,
a boatless.
boatless.
it was a good one.
You
I
tried.
got
His
it.
paws.
I got it.
He looks at his little paws.
It's okay, bud.
Are we talking to what are their names again? Which one are we talking to?
Oh, he goes down on all fours, scurries over, and stands up. And he proffers his little paw. He's like, "I'm Hasso."
I'll reach out my finger and we'll shake. Very nice to meet you.
Tiny little
Um,
paws.
I'll land beside Hassel and be like, "It's so nice to meet you."
He looks down and he offers his finger to you. He's so nice to meet you
I
too.
do the same.
So you remember Mac from the last trip, don't you? My brother.
Oh yeah. You grew your hair out, and that's an attempt at a beard. I
It's
like
a new
it.
thing I'm trying. Well, yeah, I figured. Anyway, it'll come.
Okay.
But okay, so you guys are taking us to Milebin, yeah?
Yeah. We're taking a supply run over anyways, and as long
Gotcha.
as you're not taking up space or don't have like fucking horses and stuff, then we should be good.
No. Just
Think
us,
Bree
no
would
horse.
just go like, look at me. I don't take up any space.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
you'll be
This guy
fine.
takes enough for two. And I'll point to Dean and start walking on board.
Yeah.
You guys got your sea legs about you? You don't be puking on my boat?
Oh, no.
Well, that's why I made the
No
window
sea
for
legs
last time.
There's no puking.
Actually, I might actually be a little sick.
I would recommend, depending on your, he just kind of like looks around at you. Skill sets. So second verse, same as the first. If you fall in the
Gotcha.
water,
Uh-huh.
don't.
Okay. Understood.
Right
I'll try
advice.
not to fall in the water.
Yeah,
If you're gonna
um,
fall in the water, don't.
Don't.
Okay.
Especially if you want to wear like all of that shit. Like,
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
but your two fighters are in plate mail, and go shunk, shunk, shunk.
I'm in scale, so
Everyone,
I
but Bree
mean-
is heavily armored.
Look, life is always a good balance of like, are we gonna just kind of go that way for a little while and everything's fine, or are we gonna be hit by raiders or like flying mouths or like
Wait,
know.
flying what?
flying mouths?
mouths.
Yeah,
Mouths?
Yeah.
like
Seagulls.
it's like a mouth with wings coming out of it and a long scorpion tail.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
They eat flying
No,
fish.
it's kind of oh,
Okay,
that's
just
cool.
just flying fish.
Well,
No, and people.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
good thing. You know what? Hey, Bree.
Yeah.
Good news. You're a
mhm.
little too small for a person. Bad news. You are just the right size for a flying fish.
Stay out of the
Thanks,
air.
Tyler.
Okay. Stay in someone's pocket.
But yeah, there's a bunch of scum and stuff all around, and there's Nothveli in these waters, and like
For sure.
the orca wolves and stuff like that. But
Oh,
You know,
for sure.
should be
Yeah,
okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, you'd be all right.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll just tuck away below deck and stay out of sight.
Usual contract being what it is.
Yeah. Oh.
You guys are coming on my boat,
Mhm.
and you're responsible for my boat.
Oh.
So
okay.
if something tries to eat my boat, don't.
We'll help. Don't worry.
Gotcha. If something tries to eat the boat, don't.
Yeah.
Understood.
Don't worry.
let
I
it
don't
do
think
that.
I don't think any of us eat boats, so I think you're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boat.
I
is
definitely
not
do.
on my-
Do you, Bree? Do you eat boat? I don't eat boat.
No, boat can't fit in mouth.
Right.
You
Right.
see
a
Malcolm
little-
at the back, just like
Eating
eating a boat. It's like a boat-shaped pastry with a full-on like chopstick sail.
You're actually. We look over and he's drinking the water out of one of those boats in a bottle.
I love it. But yeah, he's like, cool. All right, we'll kick off in about a few, and
For
yeah,
sure.
we'll go from there. Segan's getting all the rigging done.
Okay. Sure.
Sweet.
Sure.
I make my
Sure.
way onto the ship.
I like it. Yeah, you scamper along the little. It's basically like a rope net made for scrambling. Leads down. It's fine. It's reasonably comfortable. You can stand on the boat without bumping shoulders with anybody. It's about 25 feet by about 40 feet or so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. There is an under cabin and a cargo hold in the center. Cargo hold is just like the slotted wood planks, so you can see all the way straight down. And the underneath the back, there's just like a series of hammocks kicking around. Noticeably, like 2 luxurious-looking hammocks and like 4 or 5 really ratty-looking hammocks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because
Is there a crow's nest?
not on this one.
Oof.
It is a small boat.
Gotcha.
The sails are probably only 15 feet tall off the deck, give or take. Like,
Get this straight. There's no human-sized crow's nest.
well, I mean, there isn't a bucket up there either.
I can make one.
It's not like up there on the mast.
So Bree steals a bucket off of the dock and hauls it up to the top, dumping fish out of it as she goes. Sticks it on top.
Hey.
As the waves lap and you guys get comfortable and the breeze turns a little bit, Segan, an almost twin-looking otter, you can tell them apart by the subtle differences in their armor. Segan seems to be a little better fortified, and Hasso seems to have more javelins on them.
Segan is brutal yet cunning, and Hagen is cunning yet brutal.
Exactly. And they Segan reaches down into a pouch and pulls out a cerulean colored rod about this long and whips it around, kind of like doing some pen tricks for a second, and it flares to life and he whispers something into it, and you see the blue ring that encapsulates the ship. It goes down underneath the hull and up. It never actually touches any part of the wood. It's positioned just slightly behind where the secondary sail is. It glows to life for a second, and you look down into the water, and the water just starts to move, and the ship starts pulling out from port.
I'm gonna lie down. Just getting ahead of it. You know, I should probably just like.
You feel a lurch as the boat starts to like push away from dock.
I go with the lurch.
Dean, you've experienced this before. That's a control rod for an elemental binding. There is a small water elemental bound to the vessel that serves a contract for a set period of time and essentially runs the boat in exchange for payment.
Cool.
The boat is functional. It has a tiller, it has sails, it has the whole 9 yards. But for a lot of things, they're just like, we're going to use the outboard elemental motor. His name is Jerry. Yeah.
Does Mac recognize this magic item as well, or just Dean?
I think you've probably seen it before.
Okay.
Having canonically, we've established that you've been on this boat before. You would have seen this technology at work for certain.
Right. I think this being at least my second time on the boat, I might muster up the courage to actually ask one of our captains, whichever is the captain, or if they share that title. So when it comes to your elemental down there, what sort of deal did you guys make to come into this arrangement? Or
Oh, Jerry. Yeah. So we essentially he they help us out. The otter folk thinks about it for a second, and you know that he's picturing an elemental junk, and he's like,
Mm.
they help us out. They do a little bit of work. In exchange, we provide them with some of it's monetary, some of it's magical resources.
Huh.
Elementals grow by consuming essentially mana from the weave, and so there's ours isn't the only one, of course, and you can see kind of dotting behind you in the port. There's several not just blue ones. There's a boat there that has a fire elemental bound to it, and it's a big fiery ring going around. There's one that's kind of a wispy green, looks to be an air elemental of some kind. You don't see any with earth elementals on it.
What? Nah. There's gotta be one.
maybe a
there-
land vehicle?
There's a that land carts are totally a thing for earth elemental binding. It's a thing that happens.
There's one boat that's fully sealed and it has an earth elemental bound to it, and it travels along the bottom of the ocean.
I like it. Chunk. It's made out of
Tritons.
concrete. Look, they've made concrete boats before.
Yep.
It's a thing. He's like, yeah, no. So we there's a big trade in the port for mana-rich substances, things that naturally radiate out magic, and we give it to our elementals so they can grow. Right?
How do you come across these sort of mana-rich items? If you don't, mind me asking.
Trade, treasure coves. We explore. Sometimes they're naturally deforming deposits.
No piracy or anything.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Not a pirate.
I do an insight check.
Sure.
Can I also do an insight check? Because I'm probably just laying on the deck somewhere.
Violet has
Listening.
disadvantage on this insight check because you're trying not to toss your cookies.
Actually, yeah, I am laying on the deck somewhere eating just I'm like have a little knife and I'm just cutting little pieces of ginger root and consuming them.
I love it.
9.
Malcolm, you are heavily convinced that
I'll take your word for it.
you're speaking with Segan. They're not a pirate. Violet, much the same. Absolutely
Definitely
not a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, no, you can. They're naturally occurring. Like you find them inland sometimes too. We're not the only folks that use them. Those fancy ass wizard folks in the city are often looking for them. They're useful in making all sorts of stuff. This, for instance, and he holds up the little control rod that he's got. This is basically, for all intents and purposes, like just a megaphone that I can be like, hey, Jerry, do the thing.
Okay.
But
That's
I
cool.
like the smell.
and you start to get out to sea, and you're heading east, and the wind starts to pick up a little bit, and it unfurls the sails, and you see Hasso and Segan. They're really deft at this, and they're just like they're moving the ropes and getting all the rigging set up, and they're turning the sails after checking, just like they close their eyes and kind of feel the way that their fur is moving. And they're like, okay, yeah, making minor adjustments just at the slightest breeze because they got it built in, so to speak. And after the sails are engaged and it's pulling across the water, you see the glow from the elemental ring just kind of fade down because it doesn't need to push anymore. The wind's got this. You don't use the outboard if you don't have to.
Sure.
So it carries on. You know that the trip. You've been told it's a couple of days by boat.
Great.
Great.
Oh, that was another thing I forgot to ask at the beginning.
What'd you forget to
So,
ask?
When we were talking about rations, I was like, we're not going to be on this trip that long, right? But right, okay.
I brought some oranges.
You said Malcolm had it covered, so.
Well, looking down at Violet, I'm just saying, well, if you decide,
Yeah.
you're gonna upchuck and you don't want the rest of those, I'll take them off your hands. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. I just figure, they were like, if you're gonna fall off the boat, don't. So I mean, your brother's armor could probably use a new stain, right? So
I like it.
You see, like, it's like tattered in some like blood marks and whatever else, and he just kind of looks down and tries to like rub one off. Like,
huh? He's doing what?
hold on a minute.
Yeah.
this is my hammock.
He's rubbing the stain, it just gets worse and smears everywhere. Oh,
Yeah.
Dean's just like, I'll be in my bunk.
Yeah. Here, I got enough for everyone, really. So if you wanted to take an orange now, you could.
Gotcha.
Like
There you go.
Let me take a look
Bree,
here.
you want one? I got like little ones.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's like a mandarin orange, like those little like Christmas ones, like
Yeah.
Kumquat or something.
It's not a kumquat. It's an orange. It's just like one of those small ones that you get around Christmas season.
Still like slightly
She
big
literally
for
is just
me,
throwing
but-
you like one of the little slices of the orange. She's just like, here you go. There's your portion.
So, as
That's one good
you
thing about being a fairy is you don't need to eat a whole lot.
that
Yeah.
technically you're a small creature. You consume 1/4 of the foodstuffs that a medium-sized creature does.
Right. So about like
Um,
one small Christmas-sized orange.
Give or take. As you pull out and away from all these other boats that are around, and you start getting lulled into this like kind of rocking back and forth motion, because the wind will pick up and the boat will kind of heave and it'll die and it'll slow, and it's just a whole lot of like Segan and Hasso sitting here pulling on a rope back and forth, making minute adjustments to the sails and the tiller as they go, holding the tiller with a tail and a rope with a hand. It's reasonably competent, like just watching it done. What do you do? The hours tick on. The boat steadily glugs along.
Violet is asleep in a pile of ropes,
I like it.
just on the deck somewhere. Probably has her like patchy battle cloak kind of draped over her like a blanket.
The spray is pretty high,
Eh.
and it just like it comes over the edge from time to time. It is immensely hot. Like the sun is cooking down, and being underneath where those hammocks are, you've got like it's like 10 feet by 15 or 20 feet underneath, is stifling.
Yeah, I'm on the deck.
Yeah. And there's a water barrel that just kind of lurches against a big leather strap on it, and you see it kind of tilt back and forth, sloshing just off to one side.
Dean is just kind of like sitting on the stairs that goes kind of down to where the hammocks would be. He's just kind of sitting on the stairs, like kind of cleaning, checking his axe, making sure there's nothing like wrong with it, or polishing it a bit.
Mal? And Malcolm?
What am I doing while we're hanging out on the ship?
Yeah.
You said it was sweltering, right?
It is hot.
Hot out here. Guys, so okay, how serious were you when you talked about not getting in the water at all?
Well, I mean, like, don't fall in the water.
Okay. But just for a second or two, I'll be all right. What's inside? I can go in, right?
Well, like, he looks back at a stick that's attached to a rope that's like dragging behind the boat, and he's like, "We're moving at a pretty good pace, but I mean, if you want to tie a rope around your waist and go for a swim, I'm not your dad."
No, I didn't have that sort of idea in mind. I was thinking more so. How far would you say it is for a drop down to the water?
Oh, like down.
Yeah, like off the side of the ship here.
He looks back and like you can still see the city in the background, just like getting tiny. You wouldn't swim to the bottom without means. You know.
No, I mean from where we're standing
hundred-
here on the top of the deck,
Couple hundred
down
feet.
down to the water there. A couple hundred feet? How
Yeah.
tall is the ship?
No, from the top of the water, from the water's edge up to the first deck of the boat. How far of a
Oh,
drop is
that. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like how deep down.
No.
Probably from where the water's hitting, 8 feet or so.
8 feet or so? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll give this a shot. And I'm gonna leap through the air and take a dive head first into the water. And from my last position, erupts a sort of smoky echo in the shape and stature of my brother Dean. And I'm gonna smack into the water and try to swim along with the boat as fast as I can for a couple seconds before you guys get too far away, and then I'll reappear, swapping places with it, drenched
I like it.
and refreshed. Okay. Just wanted to cool down.
Paso looks you up and down and says, "In plate mail, no less."
I'm sure I would have taken some of that off after getting hot.
Yeah. Malcolm did take his plate mail off.
Sure, for the first okay. While.
It's worth stating because
Yeah.
He might fall in
Things
the water.
happen.
Who knows? Yeah. What about the rest of you? Are you fully armored? Are you? Yeah.
I'd probably still be in my,
yes.
my leather armor, yeah.
Yeah. Bree is fine in light armor. You're good.
I don't think I'm not wearing like a helmet or anything, but I think I still have all my gear on from Dean's past when he was alive in the army and stuff. He dealt with the hot and the heat during the wars he was at, so he's kind of used to it. It's hot, but he doesn't complain. He just kind of does his thing.
Not having access to modern materials here kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like sunglasses are a really like precious sort of thing to make because plastic isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tainted glass. Whoa. Violet is still in her scale. I think despite the heat, it's something that she is used to. Being from like kind of a close to the equator town, and also being like in the hot sun, in protests, in full black leathers, like in that like full goth attire with like the knee-high buckled boots, and it's one of the things that she's just gotten used to.
There's something to be said for just being uncomfortable in the body and just getting used to it.
Yeah.
But
so like sleeping in full scale on a pile of ropes is absolutely like that's home. That's home for her.
Long resting in armor isn't so much of a thing, but for narratively like traipsing about, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. She's just napping.
The day goes on. Bree,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Bree probably would have flown all the way around the ship, kind of just getting
Whew.
just like zoom, zoom, zoom.
Hey, it's water you can fly over.
Just kind of getting her bearings of the ship in general. And yeah, she'd either be flying over the water, like putting her hand, like running her hand through it, or up in her makeshift crow's nest, looking out at the water.
Bucket on a stick. Got it. Down. One thing that you do notice from your vantage point, on the back deck, where Hasso is kind of moving the tiller, there's a longboat just pulled up out of the water. It looks like a 12-foot or a 15-foot canoe.
Okay.
Just off the back, it's probably for landing and or like, conducting repairs or not dying. Lifeboat being what it is.
The lifeboat, yes.
You also notice just off to one side, there's a couple of small cages that you can see from up here that you didn't notice when you first came on. And they have pigeons in them. Pigeons.
Yeah,
And they're just
for
like...
fights. They're fighting pigeons.
they deserve to be in cages.
I love it.
Bird
One is
racist.
actually just a seagull that's been spray painted gray.
It's the attack pigeon.
It's got a slightly different colored head. It eyes up French fries constantly. But canonically, we established last game, Freg, that French fries are the primary foodstuffs of all people that live off boardwalks and beaches.
That's fair.
Because taters.
Yep.
Just taters.
So putting them in my notes. One being a seagull.
As the day moves on and you see land slip from view, occasionally, like off in the distance, you'll see a shape kind of crest and back away as the breeze takes you off course a little bit. And every now and again, Segan will tap the rod and you see Jerry kind of glow and the boat kind of shifts back along the water a little bit. Hasso's not looking at a map in any way, shape, or form as it goes along. He's just like heading this way for a while. Anybody with survival can go ahead and roll for me.
Ooh, 21.
Beautiful.
10. I'm telling you, Roll20 doesn't like me. Between the Wednesday games and this one, like, I'm not rolling good.
Freg, do you have guidance? Or
Guidance.
it
It'd be
shows
blessed,
Yeah,
right,
your roll's
for-
kind of weird.
show me potato salad.
Guidance shouldn't be a +4. Guidance is advantage. That'd be bless if
Oh,
it's
guidance
a 1d4.
is a D4.
Is it? I thought guidance
is.
was advantage.
Nope.
He's so OP.
Oh
That
yeah,
would
no,
be
you're right,
very,
you're
very
right.
OP.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird that it showed up like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I wonder about that. You shouldn't have... Yeah, your skill modifier shield or fields on there. Troubleshooting a moment. Oh, yeah, your skill modifier's turned on for guidance. That's why. There we go. But still, a natural 20, making for a 24. So, Bree and Dean. Dean, this is less news to you, but you're watching what he's doing, and it's like reminds you of like an old sailing club back home, where he's not even using a compass at this point. You're 100% certain he has one kicking around, But it's just like watching the sky, and he's watching the little stick that's trailing behind. So he's kind of sitting kind of side kilter, holding the tiller with his tail, holding a rope on one of the masts with the other hand, and just kind of cockeyed staring at a stick every now and again. And he's just, you're filled with confidence. Like, you're fairly confident that if you had to get back, you'd probably be able to mimic what he's doing, because you're picking up on it. And Bree, much to the same, the vantage point is very different for you, not being like right up beside, but yeah, you're like, all right, so I see islands and we're going this way, and I see a little thing trailing behind, and that's a massive like thing coming out of the water and going back down. And
Is that a whale? Do they have whales here?
Roll a
Magic whale.
Roll a perception check for me.
Yeah, sure. 25.
25. Bear with me a sec. Let's
My
see.
perception is very good.
Yeah.
I
I'm
would
going-
hope so as that.
I'm going to drag you guys over to a new map.
Oh, yay!
Yay.
Go over there. Hey. Do what I told you to do.
Not the boss of me.
Come on.
Uh-huh.
Her. There we go. I'm still getting accustomed to Roll20's new page system. So you guys are just kind of like scooching your way through the water here. Everybody can see on the map.
Yes.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I like it. Violet's jumping off the front of the boat.
Is that
gonna-
that's
I'm
the
gonna die.
front, isn't it?
That's the front.
It's the
Yeah,
front there.
there you go.
She's in the pile of
like-
ropes up at the front.
I like it.
Nice.
Hasso is at the back, just like working a tiller. Segan's just at the front doing everything else that needs doing at any given time, occasionally checking on the cargo that is down below. Yeah, it's a good time.
Also,
With the-
just to make note, I think I would have put my my armor back on after cooling off.
Okay, sure. I like it. And just double checking. Do. Boop. Here we go. With the 25 perception, allow me to. There we
I'm
go.
gonna.
Just a quick question. What I only see when Neon rolls. I don't see when any of the other players.
Yeah, I got the same thing going on.
Oh.
I think our
Yeah.
fellow players might be whisper rolling to James specifically.
Un
No,
momento.
How
It
to-
says to GM, but like I haven't done
Oh.
anything.
Let me fix that. Never whisper rolls for Bree. There we go. And Malcolm. Never whisper rolls. I have that set by default for all of our 5e sheets, but something must have gone wiggy on this one. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Wiggin.
Everybody is good. There we go. So,
down.
with a 25 perception, you see a massive green. It looks like an owl, but it's not an owl
Owl.
because there's a fish behind it, and it's. Well, I'll show you. It's the size of. It's pretty close to the size of the dock that you guys left on, and I'd
Oh.
say, given the distance and given the size that you can see, it probably pulls at like 75 to 100 feet long. Off in the distance.
Massive.
At least 3 or 4 times longer than the ship that you're on currently. From tail to beak.
Fun.
Okay.
And you see these massive arms come up, and it breaches out of the water. This is some miles off to the north of you. And in its talons is a killer
didn't
whale
push
with legs.
Huh?
As it
Oh.
squeezes it, and it pops it, and it drags it below.
Oh man, I'm so glad I'm not in the water anymore.
Yeah, it's fine.
And Hasso looks over and says, Sisypheus. Yeah, it's that'd kill us. Yep.
What? Sorry, what is that?
It's called the Ziphius.
Ziphius.
Yeah.
Sounds like a disease you don't want to catch.
Yeah, that's a way. Yeah, that's a thing that you could say. Yes. They eat pretty much. Well, they eat dragon turtles.
Those can eat dragon turtles.
Yeah.
Holy.
A bunch of other stuff.
Are these things naturally occurring, or is this some sort of abomination? Should we be concerned? Is it going to come for us? Is it going to come for the boat?
Well, they're. I mean, if it comes, we die.
Oh.
So like.
So
It takes
we
all of
don't bother it. It doesn't bother us. Yeah.
Yeah, like aside from the fat one, none of us really have enough meat on our bones to make a deal or to make a good meal. And he just kind of like looks at Dean for a second.
That's all pure muscle.
It's like, yeah,
You're making me hungry.
it's a thing, you know. They eat a bunch of crap. The smallest ones that I've ever seen are only like 75 feet long, but the biggest ones, oh man, yeah, it's a thing.
Was that a big one, or?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to tell from where it is, but yeah, you just keep an eye out. I mean, if you see a giant bird face rising up through the water at you, yeah, it's yeah. And he just kind of like murmurs off and like looks at the horizon, like he's trying not to think about it too much.
Mac,
No,
no
there's
more
no
jumping
point.
no more showing off jumping in the water, okay?
Okay, I guess not. Not after seeing that.
And the boat just kind of lurches, and you hit a bit of a swell, and it comes down really, really far, and it swells back up again, and you feel the bottom of your stomach just kind of like
Fully
drop.
asleep.
Yeah.
Fully asleep. Perfectly fine.
Just like, "Wee."
And the spray is real, and the
That's probably
rain
what gets me.
drizzles. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die
Uh.
sleeping. Like, let's be fair.
Who? Why is it wet?
Indeed.
Don't ask
Right.
questions you don't want the answer to.
We're on a boat. Oh God.
Who's taking watch?
I mean, I've been napping all day. I can.
Violet
Yeah.
first?
It's a good compromise, yeah. I'd love
Sure.
to have. I'm beat.
All right. And once again, to establish, no sleeping in heavy armor if you want to benefit from a rest.
Yep.
Yeah. Dean offers the second watch, but he says he's gonna have a rest.
All right.
All right. Violet,
Yeah.
it's you and Hasso.
Hey, little guy.
And he's got a little it looks like bamboo.
Mm.
And it's just full of hot tea.
That looks delicious. What's in that?
Yeah, well, it's stimulants.
Gotcha. Like caffeine or like what are you rocking?
I'm not sure what that is, but we found a bunch of like red flowers
Right.
with like little black things inside them, and when you grind up
Oh, for
the
sure.
seed of them, and then you take it, you get really alert for a little while.
Yeah, it sounds like caffeine.
You roll nature.
I can absolutely do that. Can I roll medicine, perhaps?
Sure, yeah, that works too.
18?
That's a poppy.
Yeah.
Milk of the poppy.
That is opium.
That is straight up opium.
Hell yeah, little guy. All right.
Yeah, there's a lady back in the city that has a
Yeah.
greenhouse, and
Oh, for
the
sure.
red flowers aren't great, but the seeds, oh man,
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, not my thing, but
well, like, I like not dying and getting there on time.
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, fair enough. And I'll like reach into one of my back pouches and I pull out probably like a the closest thing you can get in a fantasy realm to a cigarette.
Oh,
Uh,
tobacco is 100% one of the things that is available readily in the womb.
yeah.
That is the
Um,
strangest thing I've ever said on the internet before.
Tobacco is readily available in the womb. Yeah.
It is an odd sentence.
Congrats,
I will
James.
agree.
The majority of folks that started your commune got here in the 70s,
Fair enough.
and it just kind of carried through. And smoking from pipes is quite commonplace here.
Okay, I'll say she has a pipe then, probably. It's probably like a like a ceramic pipe.
Ooh.
And it probably, you know what, it probably has you ever seen those like ceramic pipes? I think it's a specific person in town in Calgary makes them. And they are like vulva shaped at the end. They're phenomenal.
I see.
They're so cool. And she has one of those.
I have not, but as I look on Etsy, I understand what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Calgary based, huh?
Yeah, there's at least
Cool.
one artist who's Calgary based that does it,
I like it.
and I think they do like a lot of fundraising and stuff for like women's health and sexual health and such.
Sweet.
Shout out to those people.
If you-
I don't remember your business name.
If you find that later, post it in the doobly doo, and I'll share it
Yeah.
on the Discord. But
Will do.
yeah,
and
he's
she's
got
perfectly fine. She's like leaning over the railing, just having a smoke, whatever.
he's got a small little like Gandalf-esque wooden pipe. He's being very meticulous about it because wooden boats and all that
Yeah.
jazz. There's not a whole lot of tar on everything on here.
Mm.
And as you look over, because they are a fur-bearing people, you
Yeah.
probably understand why.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Perception. 14.
You stare off into the night, and it's hard to make anything out, even with your keen eyes. But you see like little waves of fish jumping up in the night. Reds, blues, greens. Yeah, it's calm. You swear you see like the Free Willy thing
Oh yeah, for
where
sure.
it's jumping up, but it's the back half is a salmon and the front half is a honey badger.
Gotcha.
Like that's a
You know-
that's a thing.
I've seen a lot of things. Hassan? Husin? What's your name
Hasso.
again?
Hasso.
Hasso.
Hasso. Hasso.
Hasso. Hasso. For sure. No, I've seen a lot of things. There's always something new.
Hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah. It's an interesting world that we live in. I like
A
it.
dangerous one.
It's true. But I mean, that's That's why you just got to be careful, and stab things when they need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I kind of tap my pipe off like the side of the boat so the ashes fall in the water and continue my nice nighttime smoke.
And he's like, "Oh look, alpha fish," and he points off to one side, and you see those, again, those kind of bluish red scaled. It looks kind of like a fighting fish.
Gotcha.
But it's got the front half of it is just all bone on the face, and you see two of them jump up and crash their faces into each other out of the water.
Yeah.
Like rams bucking each other. And other fish just like poking their heads out, watching.
Yeah. I do very subtly. I think one time when the fish like butt heads, I use my thaumaturgy to make like a little fart noise instead of like the normal like crack noise that you know, just once. Have a little laugh.
Time passes. And it's time to wake somebody. Who's next? Who do you wake?
You know, I'm gonna go grab Mohawk Mackenzie. Mohawk McDougal.
Mohawk McDougal.
Okay. Yeah. Dean wakes up, puts his armor back on.
Buckle, cinch.
Sounds good. Get some rest.
Yeah. You smoke?
No. Gives me the jitters.
Too bad I wasn't gonna lend you my pipe anyway. And I will I'll take off my scale mail and wrap up to sleep.
Dean, walk out onto the deck. It's a half a dozen steps. There's no door from where the hammocks are to out on the deck. You could clearly hear them having a quiet conversation as you're like, it's time to wake up soon.
Yeah.
And doing that, like, it's time to wake up now. I only half sleep. What do you do with your time?
He kind of just walks around and like kind of gets an eye of whatever he can see around him. With the being an orc and all and stuff, like the dark vision, even though he's been here for a while, he still isn't fully used to the fact that he can see so well in the dark compared to the many nights he spent on boats and out in the dark on watch when he was in the army.
There's a comfort in a couple of things. So dark vision reads very much like night vision, where when you look around a room and you see an open book on the table, you can't read the words.
Yeah.
Right? But you can clearly see like there's a book-shaped thing there.
Yeah.
Right? There's it's a faint outline. It's like walking around in the house in the dark when your eyes have adjusted.
Yeah.
But you get a good 60 feet of it. Go ahead, roll me perception. Hasso is still awake and is still the one that's keeping things going. You've got some starlight around.
14.
Also a 14. The sea is calm, and there's a little bit of like the occasional raindrop that runs down the back of your neck, and it kind of ting 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 off of the armor that you've got. Hasso's got half of a canvas, like it's like a worn chunk of canvas that he's just kind of like thrown over himself a little bit. You see the water just kind of runs right off of him, but you know it's more of a comfort thing, I think, than anything else.
Yeah.
And you look out into the night and nothing takes your attention.
Cool. He just kind of looks over at Hasso, sees he's a bit jittery. It's like, did you take something by chance? You just seem a little on edge.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't want my boat to break, and yeah, I don't want my boat to break, and they saw Ziphius, and your brother just wanted to be chum. That was the thing. That's a thing that happens.
Yeah, he's young and foolish still. One day he'll learn, but never got much experience before we got here.
I hope that happens. That he gets old enough to learn.
One day.
Yeah. And he like takes a draw from his pipe, and you see him just kind of like.
Yeah, he's just looks at him, just kind of shakes his head, and kind of just up against the center kind of post, just kind of keeps watch.
As you roll me a survival check. An 8, yeah. You see something kind of odd off one side of the boat, glowing from under the water. Just like peering around, killing time. You've been on patrol before, and you've been on guard duty before. This is nothing new. And you look down into the water, and you see a sword. And it glows the faintest blue color. And like it's way down there. But it clearly has the outline shape of some kind of a blade.
Does it seem to be like moving along with us?
Hard to say, because you're just kind of like floating along at this point. Jerry's not engaged, and the sails are kind of like filling and emptying and filling and emptying.
Jerry's not engaged, but can I try and be like, Jerry, do you see that?
The glowing, or the wheel kind of like sleepily glows to life, and you hear, what languages does Dean speak?
Sorry, where do I see that on here again?
Bottom left corner of the character sheet.
Beside item.
Languages: Elven, Dwarven, and Common.
You hear this sing-songy like come from the ring, and it doesn't mean anything to you.
Can I be like, or I kind of ask Hasso, like, do you know what he's saying? Did you see that in the water? It kind of looked like a sword.
He turns and he's like, it's like hundreds of feet deep around this part of the ocean. Probably no swords, man. It's probably just the moon.
He kind of is more on guard now, unsure of exactly what he's seen. If maybe waking up in the middle of the night has kind of got to him, or if he is actually seeing something. He's kind of like at the ready just in case.
Yeah. It's like, when the sunlight kind of shoots down into a lake, and you can see that corridor that goes down for miles, and then you see just like the faintest glitter or like fish or something down there. You are 100% certain that following through this tunnel of moonlight, there was a sword down there. Absolutely.
Okay. He's pretty ready to go.
I like it.
Watching over the edge there.
Yep. Anything else? As the boat lurches along.
I'll just do like one more kind of perception check to see if I see anything. After seeing like kind of that sword on the one side, I kind of want to like perceive and see what I see down on the other side of the boat, just in case like it's a mirage or something, because I've seen some weird stuff in this world.
Magic exists. You kind of steady yourself. You're looking down into the water. Your vision doesn't really crest the surface so much over on this side, shadowed by the mast where it is.
Yeah.
It just looks like inky black, illuminated over there by some moonlight shining off of it, a little bit by the stars. It's just dark and cold. But as you kind of turn your vision off to one side, you see a massive form behind the boat, off in the distance, not close proximity. And it's got this bulbous looking, again, it's almost a dog's head, as it crests up, and it seems to open its mouth and eat and close, and you see a massive tail kick up. And the immensity of it is communicated by how big it looks despite being so far away. Again, similar to what you saw before.
Gotcha.
And for your viewing pleasure here,
What the heck?
yeah, it
Dog shark.
you
Dark.
see it up, and Hasso kind of like looks over, and he's like, "Yep, this thing's more reasonably sized. This is probably the size of an ancient red dragon,
Oh.
give or take, as opposed to the thing that you saw earlier that would have eaten it." Hasso is like, "Yeah, see, that's one of those Nothvelis, the like the sea cow things.
Oh,
Yeah, they eat krakens,
eat krakens. Well,
like the little ones, right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a thing. It's kind of cool seeing it crest the surface. Normally they only go for cold waters, but yeah.
Interesting.
Now the big thing is, don't fight them, because they're not really cows.
I'll try to keep away from that.
And he's kind of in a bit of a stupor at this point, and he gives himself a shake. And he's like, I gotta wake my brother. It's like, you ever fought a cow? That'd be fucking terrifying. As this small-sized otter just kind of like pads his way down.
You ever fought a cow?
And he goes
Thank
and
God.
he
Coming
wakes
down
up
from
this-
a high B like that.
Yeah. Wakes up Segan, and I'm just gonna throw folks at the front of the boat here for the sleeping. Your watch slowly comes to an end as Segan like stretches out a little bit, and he's drinking something hot from a bamboo mug, and he settles himself in where Hasso had been sitting. And who do you wake up, Dean?
I go wake up Mac and kind of give him a nudge on the shoulder. Be like,
Is it my turn?
yeah,
Oh man. Okay. I'll roll
Sorry
out of the hammock. I got her warmed up for you, and I'll start putting on, my bits of armor that are laying on the deck, and head upstairs.
For the olfactory minded amongst us, these are, for all intents and purposes, fishing nets, and smell as such.
Mm.
yeah,
And so does Malcolm now.
yeah. As he was getting rested, I'm like, you reek.
No worse than you, and I'll leave the room.
He is not wrong. No. Yeah. You get up, give it a stretch, get yourself buckled in, get your brother unbuckled. and look out into the crisp night as the moon is starting to wane and go down.
Almost
What do you-
there.
What do you do?
Are both the captains below deck right now?
Nope. Segan is up at the tiller. They hand it off to each other.
I'll go up. I'll hang out with Segan and so if you guys have been adventuring enough to garner all these magic items and fonts of mana from the weave around the world here to feed Jerry down there. What sort of adventures have you been on?
Well, for starters, not pirate adventures. That's for fucking sure.
Have that one written down.
Yeah, no, we I was born on a boat, and we learned usually on the same crew. Sometimes you'd see, we'd work scavenging sunken wrecks, that sort of thing. Something hits a reef. Folks in our line of work with our particular build can be pretty useful. So, saved a fair bit of money. Bought this, and yeah, it's been an interesting time, but not exciting on purpose. You don't want excitement when you're a sailor.
Right.
Like
Clear skies
you
and
want
calm
boring.
seas. Right.
Boring
Hear ya.
days. Boring is the name of the game.
So, how long did it take for you guys to save up for the sort of control rod there?
Oh, so we started off just like with the boat as is, and we found that it had an elemental binding ring to it. And he kind of gestures over to the circle, and he's like, you can see faint, like there's some physicality inside the ring, and we're like, we've seen bigger galleons and like airships and stuff that have that sort of stuff on it, but we looked around. It was spent a good amount of our savings on it, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure it's worth it, right?
yeah, it gives it's like, yeah, it's like you having your armor, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you want to see what I spent my savings on, really, though?
Yeah, yeah.
You're probably gonna like this.
Yeah.
I'll reach down into my bag.
It's full of
And
poppies.
I'll pull out like a big jug, that's
Yeah.
like
Oh, hell
basketball
yeah.
size, and I'll put it on the the railing of the deck here by the
Yeah. Okay.
hill. And I'll give it a slap, and you hear that in there? I'll shake it around a little bit. Guess what that is in there?
Well, it sounds like a kind of sound, huh?
Pure mayonnaise in there.
On
But-
my boat?
It changes with the a word once a day, but so
And-
I got that, real useful.
I see. And you chose mayonnaise.
Well, I wasn't so sure how many days we were going to be on the boat.
Calories. That makes
Rations
sense.
wise, maybe I didn't come prepared. Maybe a little
Huh.
too proud to ask my brother for a couple rations. So I'm just mayonnaise downstairs. Don't tell him.
Well,
Uh,
that
Fuck. Sorry. Just sitting in a hammock, spooning handfuls of mayonnaise. in your mouth, like a goddamn fiend.
Man's got to do what he's got to do. Okay. Nobody said I wasn't prepared. It was either this or honey.
An orange dipped in mayonnaise. 'Cause that's all you
God.
have.
I love that it's not only did he not bring food, he didn't bring a spoon either.
No, it's a hand. It's just handfuls of mayonnaise.
Just gotta Winnie the Pooh that shit.
Yeah. Up, down, touch the ground puts you in the mood.
Oh man.
Up, down, turn around in the mood for
Love it.
mayonnaise.
So yeah,
Every
I mean
time.
this is you know, gotten me a couple funny looks now and then, but you'd be surprised at how handy it comes in.
I for
Turns out-
certain thought you were going with, it's like, you'd be surprised how it gets the ladies.
Ladies want a man who can provide. Okay, I'll say.
And I
say
can
it.
provide so
there.
much mayonnaise.
you would be surprised.
My
Everyone's
mayonnaise
leaving.
quotient is like 3 times what everyone else's is.
thoroughly, thoroughly spread.
Miracle whip. So,
Nah, that's not real mayonnaise.
no, it's not. Do you think this is? Do you think this
Yes.
magically generated mayonnaise from an alchemical jug
Yes.
counts as real?
If it's magically generated, it has to be real, James.
I almost
Okay.
spit up my drink. Thanks.
You're
I don't ask too
welcome.
many questions. I got it from a guy back out.
Oh,
at
so you
the
don't know if it's
bar.
actually mayonnaise or not. That could just be like
Sure tastes like
vague
mayonnaise, yeah.
white sauce.
Here's the thing. It's not a magic jar. It's literally just a jar that has perpetually been full of mayonnaise this whole time. He just thinks he's getting different flavors as time moves on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We need more special
Ugh.
sauce. Go put this mayonnaise out in the sun. So, no, you have an alchemy jug. And he's like, we got ship's biscuits over in that box over there. If,
Breakfast
if,
tomorrow.
if you're
It's fine.
yeah, if you're really feeling it.
We
That's
just
look, that's a really useful looking thing. Especially on a place like this. Like, you have basically unlimited fresh water.
Yeah, like I said, you know, some people made fun of me for it, but why didn't you buy something useful like a flying broomstick or you know, wand of fireballs or something? Jug, that's the way to go.
I can see that. Yep. And your little jewelry there. And he
Yeah.
gestures at your forehead.
That's another little, you know, trinket I got my hands on. What was it? Dean and I we were exploring some cave, you know, back home at the womb. It was an earthquake. It opened up a few more fissures in the nearby mountains. We went in. All of a sudden, old dwarven tomb. Took it for
Cool.
myself.
I like it. Grave
think
robin and mayonnaise. That's exactly what I needed for my watch.
one of the only interactions between Violet and Malcolm McDougal is when they wheeled him into the bennies to be healed, completely naked and covered in mayonnaise.
Oh, it's too much.
Having shot himself in the leg with his own laser circulet.
Yeah. I was the one who had to patch him up from that because nobody
I
else
like
would
it.
fucking touch a grown man covered in mayonnaise.
I love it. Go ahead and roll me perception, please, Malcolm.
Here goes.
13. You stew on your mayonnaise a little. Go take a walk around the boat. And you look down.
More mayonnaise in the water.
It's just leaving a sheen off the back of the boat. No. It's like sunscreen in the water. I come bearing salad dressing. No. And you see the oddest thing. Off the side of the boat, not 15 feet broaching the surface, is a glowing blue anchor. Like stereotypical, you know, anchor shape.
Has
Okay.
a ribbon with the words "mom" tied around it for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, like all sea anchors do. You know?
Okay.
The old ball and chain.
All the ones
And
I've seen anyway.
And it looks like it's being dragged behind the boat, just slightly, as
Hey,
though it got caught on the boat.
Okay. Hey, Segan, is this part of our vessel here, or is this some junk that we picked up on the way?
He kind of looks over the edge and he's like, "Not my anchor. My anchor's over here," and he gestures to the like iron-looking anchor off the back of the boat.
Yeah, that looks different for sure.
Yeah.
Is there any way to? There's no there's no ladders on the back here. There's no. What do you?
I got a board.
A board?
Yeah, like a plank
Okay.
for walking.
Definitely not pirate equipment.
No, it's how you get from boat to boat.
Sure. Okay. You said it.
Like,
I'm gonna.
he drinks his not drugs.
You said there was a rope kicking around here with a piece of wood.
Yeah, it's
Well,
in
like
the water.
Okay.
It's how boats measure how fast they're going.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's why it's called knots. How many knots are we going? It's how many knots are in the wood
Oh,
or in
no way.
the in the rope.
In the rope.
Out to the
Interesting.
chunk of wood.
Okay. Pirate fact. Not pirate fact.
Not a pirate. He's visibly
Say,
agitated.
Say I go down there to take a look at whatever this anchor is. Maybe you wouldn't be able to pull me back up, but
I am most certain. And he stands up and he walks up to your knee, and he does this.
yeah.
Look, do what you want to do, man. Like,
Just keep an eye on me if
the world isn't made by not taking risks. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm saying, partner.
Yeah.
And I'll do the same as I did before. I'll strip off, my pauldrons and whatever, and I'll leap sort of into the water towards the end of the rope, leaving behind in my wake my echo in the shape of Dean. And I'll sort of trail behind the boat for a little while and stick my head under the water. What do I see?
Okay.
How far away is it?
As you breach the water, you see just right in front of you, a large glowing blue anchor attached to a massive form. As the thing turns, and off the end of the anchor, there's a long fleshy bit that leads down into a face that looks like this.
Oh no!
As it turns, its bulbous-looking
Terrifying.
face and massive rack at you, and you feel something take you from behind as it looks at you.
No, not from behind. Please, no.
No, I'm full of mayonnaise.
I'll burst.
I've just eaten.
I'm gonna
go
get a
ahead.
cramp while swimming.
Go ahead, and we're gonna get you to roll initiative.
Okay.
As everyone
Thank
else
you.
is asleep,
Oh yeah, you right.
Yeah.
and you're in the water.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Nobody else should roll
Egan.
initiative at this point.
Only Segan kind of knows what's going on.
Okay. As I feel this, can I yell out to Stegan? Can I get it above the water?
You are under the water at this
Okay.
point as this thing hits you. Your echo is floating, sitting there on the deck of the ship, slowly moving sideways as the ship is moving along underneath it. 'Cause
Oh,
it's-
it does. It won't stay on the ship.
So, interestingly enough, the way that echoes work, it is an object in space, and it just kind of keeps doing this as the ship is sailing.
Oh no.
Yep.
The plan was flawed.
So long.
The plan was flawed.
All right. Who goes
So,
first?
Left with two brothers, come back with one.
Not you.
Not you. We're gonna be putting you down here. Let me know when you can see, Malcolm.
I can see.
All right. So the round thing just above you
Mhm.
is the surface of the boat, essentially.
Okay.
This is a representation of a 2D side scroller.
Okay.
So the bottom half of the map is what's happening under the water.
Amazing.
Does that make
Oh,
sense?
Yes.
All right. So from behind you, there's a massive tail that hits you. And as you turn and you're like, the imagery that you see here is show me potato salad. Come on. Where are we here? There we go. There we go. Come on, roll 20. Send to the token layer. You see this
Oh,
massive
boy.
sea serpent has started wrapping a tail around you. This thing is gargantuan.
God.
So from a token perspective, you're looking at that, give or take.
Oh boy.
fl-
Okay.
As it leans into you. As the sea serpent rolls. Oh, I need to see who's going first between the sea serpent and the Yavolnoi. 14 versus a 12. The Yavolnoi is going first. The anglerfish mermaid lady. So, there we go. We'll move that off to the side here. But in a friendly way, yeah. And that anchor-shaped organ atop of its head emits this burst of blue light onto Malcolm. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
That's a fail.
Oh.
Oh no.
You
Like
feel
a
yourself outlined in this blue glowing light. All around you. You cannot breathe underwater, no matter what. Any water breathing or magic items that allow you to swim are negated and no longer work. Not that I think you have any of those. And much like Fairy Fire, all of its things our friends have advantage to hit you.
So you said I can't swim underwater like no matter what? When I'm
You
under
can
this-
any magical buffs like water
Oh.
breathing or walk on water cease to work in this luminous burst.
Amazing. That's so great.
Yeah, at the end of each of your turns, you can keep rolling to get rid of it.
Okay.
So it hits you with a burst, and this sea serpent is going to start constricting around you with its sea serpenty tail. And where is the? There it is. Yeah. As it starts using its constrict attack on you, that's a 22 to hit.
22 hits hard.
And I believe your AC currently is 12?
11.
11. That's going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And you are immediately grappled. You are restrained, so your speed is 0, which means you can't swim because it's got you tight. And now it's your turn.
But at least he's not drowning. Kinda.
Amazing. All right. I would like to. So, if I plop down my I don't know how to change his size. But where would you say that my echo is in relation to where I am?
It's within 30 feet of you at this point.
Okay, but it's above the water still because it was on the
Yeah.
level of.
You're not entirely sure. You don't have a line of sight to it right now.
Okay.
It is dark. All you can really see is the illuminated glow of the angler lady fish's head.
Amazing. Okay.
And we'll say we'll put it about there on the top level.
And you said I'm being grappled, correct?
Yep.
So, which makes my movement speed 0.
Yep.
Therefore, I cannot teleport.
Technically, you can.
Swapping places with your echo at a cost of 15 feet of movement.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. So I can't swap. Can I make a strength check to try to pull myself up the rope?
You can certainly try because you said you were hanging off of the knotted rope.
Yeah.
Hanging down into the water. You can certainly try. You are grappled right now, so first
by a
things
gargantuan
first,
creature.
by a gargantuan creature. Go ahead and try to break free. Roll me athletics.
Athletics.
25. The DC to brek that is lower than that. You manage to kind of slip your way out.
Go. Okay, I'm just gonna hand over fist try to pull myself up above the water.
Having succeeded in breaking the grapple, your speed is no longer 0. Would you like to burn 15 feet of your speed?
Yes, absolutely. So bonus action, appear above the water, and as I'm, falling back into the water, I'm just gonna scream, "Segan, wake everyone up!" and back into the water.
All right. And as that happens, you all hear a yell. Go ahead and roll your initiatives. Because it's not just going to go away.
Oh, that's not a very good one.
Come on, you guys.
Make sure that you're selecting your token when you click roll initiative as well.
Oh, I already had it selected.
Good. There we go.
That was on purpose. Definitely not an accident.
I think I did too.
And boop. And boop. There we go. All right. Let's start it from the top. Segan's
here?
going first. And
I told him to keep an eye on me. It makes sense.
Yep. He's he starts ringing a bell. And you see him grab that blue rod and whip it around a little bit. And you see the Jerry's blue ring start to kind of flicker to life. And things start picking up pace as it sails through the water. That's his turn. It is the sea serpent's turn. The Yavalno. Yeah, she wants Bay back, and she's gonna get it.
Oh no.
Yep. She crests the water and sails up onto the deck of the ship. And turns and with a reaches a claw out at you.
Am I on the deck of the ship?
You are.
Oh, mint.
You hit hard on the back of the deck of the ship here. You are still glowing. And I just got to double check. She also has advantage to hit and bite and snuggle you. So she starts in with the struggle snuggles. That's going to be a claw,
The struggle snuggles.
a bite, and a tail.
Careful, he's covered in mayonnaise.
He is indeed. It's why she's so attracted. No, it all just like sank off into the night, poisoning fish behind you. The claw is going to be a 23 to hit.
It's
The
hard.
bite is going to be a 22 to hit, and the tail is going to be an 18 to hit.
Okay.
So that's a total of 35 points of damage when
Okay.
everything's all added up. And that is her go. And she's not technically grappling you, but she's up in your business.
Okay.
And Segan is just like, no, and he looks at his cup.
His cup of opium, milk of the poppy.
Like it's here's the thing, like it's a stimulant of sorts, more so than a like illicit, ill-gotten drug.
Of course.
Oh,
It is
I
an
wish I was
old school
sober.
sailor sort of thing. But yeah, no, the drugs are hitting hard for him.
Oh God. It's real,
sea-
Seegan. It's real. Help me.
The sea serpent rises up, cresting through the water, and you see that massive head kind of like tower up over top of the sail. And yeah, if positioning is what it is, gonna bite in on Violet.
Am I still under deck though?
Technically, yep. There's no doors on anything here. It's all just like
okay, okay.
you've got some lips. So there's a little
You
bit
got
of like
some lips.
there's netting above you and some
Gotcha.
planking, but it's just gonna like kind of bring its face down into the front of the ship.
For sure.
Yeah. Actually, no. Let's do this a little better. It looks at you, and at those folks huddled at the back of the ship, and you see its fin kind of rise up Godzilla style, and it glows and it glows and it glows and it glows, and it exhales this blue breath upon. Oh, let's take a look here. Yes. We want a 45-degree cone. That is yes.
I'm technically still up in my bucket.
Does not matter
Okay.
in this case.
I wasn't
Malcolm,
sure
you're-
how the attack worked, so.
it's a 30-foot cone, which is enough to encapsulate the entirety of the sails as well.
Okay,
God,
fair,
it's
fair.
cool.
They're not that tall. I'm gonna need everybody except for Malcolm and Segan to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, for sure. 20.
17.
Beautiful.
Wait, why is +3? Oh, I don't know why Bless was on there, but 17.
Jesus.
Here we go.
I think you rolled
As
like
a rhyme breath
Oh.
blows through, taking for 7d10 cold damage.
Jesus Christ.
You guys all made it. Let's see if Hasso's gonna live. Hasso made it.
Woo!
How many hit points to see? Oh no. So Hasso technically made his save,
Oh no.
Hot.
but but do otter folk have resistance to cold damage? No, they don't. Uh-oh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no! Is he an obstacle?
He's an otsicle.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
So y'all each take 20 points of cold damage.
He's an otter pop.
20.
He's an otter pup. 2-0. And Hasso
Jesus.
is knocked to 0 and is a frozen like with his cute little paws up here. Just in time for him to like have his turn. Violet, you're up.
Yeah. Sure. And I'm just like looking around. Is this fish within like, is it like on the deck a little bit? The big one that just breathed everyone.
The big one is floating in the water, Ranged attacks would hit, melee attacks would
Okay.
not.
Okay. Does it look like he's gonna be able to swipe at me if I leave?
I'll give you this. Roll me a nature check.
Nature. 4. No clue.
You're not sure. You've seen some kaiju movies before. Anatomy-wise, he doesn't seem to have hands. He has a face and a tail, and you see the tail like whipping around. You're pretty confident that he can hit whatever the fuck he wants to hit at any probable
At
time.
any time.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Looks like we are getting the party started, and Violet will kind of draw her sword and shield out. The sword being, it's a mace. Sorry, it's a mace. And her shield is a broken tomb headstone that she just carries around.
What is it? We're gonna skip the whole needing an action to equip a shield here.
Okay,
Because you're
gotcha.
just gonna pick it up and go. I'm not gonna be that mean after opening with a breath attack.
Okay. Well, if we want a party, we need a crowd. And I will cast Spirit Guardians
Okay.
in around this fish, because it's a 15-foot radius
Around you.
around me.
Yeah, it centers on you.
Oh yeah, it centers on me. So I'll just summon them.
What
It's
color
fine.
is it?
I think honestly, it is like a. It's like that deep foresty green, and there's little accents of purples, and reds.
Okay.
And the spiritual guardians, I know it says they look angelic, but I think they do just look like a mosh pit.
Got it. Got her beat.
They look like a fantasy mosh pit.
That-
So this fish needs to make a save.
Yep. And I'm just gonna turn that to like that. There we go. You've got your greens and your slight purples.
Love that.
And
Wisdom saving throw.
bump that down a little bit. Yes, Sea Serpent goes wisdom save with its incredibly high wisdom. Gets a 13.
Hits a 13.
Yep.
That does not make my spell save. So it's
All
going
right.
to take 3d8 radiant damage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
11.
Beautiful. I like it.
Um,
Takes 11 radiant damage.
And then I'm going to move 1, 5, 10, 15 here. Yeah.
Okay.
And the fish is also going to have to make a save because it's in it.
There we go. The fish won't technically have to until the start of its turn.
Oh, start of its
Yeah.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's when you cast
Gotcha.
the spell, or when a creature starts its turn. It prevents the whole running back and forth with it.
Yeah.
As you walk away, Sea Serpent's gonna tail whip you.
Okay.
And unlike in Pokemon, this one's effective. It's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll be
That'll do.
11 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I need a strength save to be picked up and thrown off the boat.
Strength save.
Strength saving throw, please.
10.
10 is not enough.
Oh no.
5, 10, 15, 20. You come it strikes you in the back and it sends you hurling 20 feet. Malcolm, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw to prevent being knocked prone. Violet, you are also knocked prone.
Oh yeah, for sure. That just
Dexterity
that just
saving
makes sense.
throw.
Ooh.
We're going bowling. All right. Also, I need a
Phenomenal.
Constitution saving throw, Violet, to keep
Yes,
Spirit
I
Guardians up.
also am a warcaster, so
Advantage.
I have advantage on that. 20?
Yeah, you're fine. You're keeping it going. Life is good. Malcolm, if you're done.
I don't think I have a bonus action available to me at the moment. So I am okay.
All right, fair enough.
We're good.
Malcolm, you are on the ground. Your weapon is probably over by Segan, within reach, and the pile of your armor.
Amazing.
It's half your movement speed to stand up. What do you do?
All right, I am going to. I'll stand up. I'll move over here, grab my sword, and I'm gonna start swinging on. Would you call her here? My date for tonight.
Yavalnoi. She is a
Yavalnoi.
Yavalnoi.
All right.
Just like having a good time.
See how she likes the great sword.
Oh, she likes it.
Oof. Okay, that was my first attack.
That's a natural 1.
Oh, second attack is a 10.
That's a 10.
Amazing.
Neither of those hit, Zach.
Unfortunately.
The way this works, if you want to be a good fighter,
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
the things that I throw at you. No.
And I think I will. Oh boy. Bonus action. Bonus action. Second wind.
Okay. Not bringing your echo.
Yes, I think I'll bonus action second wind because if
All
I
right,
get hit
go for
again,
it.
I think I'm gonna die.
Yep. So a D10 plus 6.
I don't have a button on here for second wind, but
You can
what
just
do I do?
type
Just
it into the chat.
slash
Slash
D10?
R space 1D10 plus 6.
1d10 plus 6.
Yep.
11 hit points.
11 hit points.
Money in the bank.
You can
Slash
left click your token and modify the green box there if you need to.
Okay,
if
nice.
you don't want to do it on your character sheet every time.
All right.
To the point that you could say when you click the box, you can click it and go plus 11 and it'll do the math for you.
Okay, sounds
Just
good.
Roll20 does
And
that.
yeah, that's my turn.
Bree,
Yes.
you're in the crow's nest and it's suddenly a tit-bit nipply.
A titbit
Yes.
nipply. Tit nippler.
Take off my wing. I am first going to use the. Okay, well, I guess first. Are people? How close are people to our lovely guest?
To which guest?
Are the mermaidy?
They are
Naylore,
within 5 feet of said person. They're engaged.
They're engaged.
Violet's kind of half laying off of the back of its lumpy tail.
Okay. Maybe I will wait for that then. Okay. I am going to. No, I'm going to use my bow on our lovely sea creature friend.
Mm-hmm. Angler Mama.
Angler Mama, yep. Is a
So you've
14
got
hit?
A 14 does not hit. It goes wide.
okay. That's okay. I feel like they have that covered, so
You do have extra
get
attack.
I'm going to turn to our lovely sea creature friend here and use my swarm feature.
Mm-hmm.
And they're almost gonna look like mini dragonflies, but with very mosquito like noses.
Mm-hmm.
And attack our lovely sea monster friend.
Let me see what I can find here.
I don't know how to roll that.
What's
Here, I
the
put it in the thing, in the
what's the
chat.
ability for it? Gathered
On
swarm.
each
Yeah.
assist you with one of the following ways: attack.
Yeah, so we can just kind of track this. I'll put the dot on you that you have your swarm summoned.
Okay.
Not that you have to do anything to summon it. You tell me after you hit what it's going to be doing.
Okay.
If
So I
it's
have to
doing
roll.
more damage, if it's being moved, because there's no size differential on how big or small something has to be moved. You could just do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So yeah.
attack it, and they must succeed a strength saving throw against my spell DC.
Yeah.
So I roll a 1.
Well, you have to still attack it first.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So, because there's roll a d20 first, hey? There's no
Just,
really way
just
to do
run
that on
your
here.
hand crossbow again.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
So when you hit with your bow, the swarm can augment that and do more with it.
Okay.
A
does
20
it-
will totally hit.
Perfect. So then it gets 1d6 damage.
So you're choosing the damage this time?
Yeah. Yes.
And
I am
so it's slash R space 1d6.
Oh, I forgot the slasher.
6 plus bloop. So 10. Takes 10 points. Anything else from you? That's your 2 attacks. I believe you have a bonus action attack from Crossbow Expert as well.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna ignore the loading.
And you can go pew pew.
Mm-hmm. Pew pew.
Oh, and I can pew pew again.
Mhm.
Okay.
So roll that hand crossbow.
Yeah. Oh, same creature.
An
Oh, that's not
11.
gonna
It
hit.
goes wide. You're still a little chilly.
That is all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay
Right.
where I am.
All right. And you're we're gonna call you I'm gonna put you 20 feet up in the air at the top of the crow's nest.
Okay.
Dean, beside you is a frozen looking Hasso that appears to have been rendered unconscious. You are on mute
You're
if you're
muted.
speaking.
Yeah, Dean moves over to the anchor head and gets ready to swing his great axe.
Yep. Giver. That is a natural 1 minus 5.
Brutal.
That goes wide. Everything you got to shake the ice off.
Yeah, stunning way to wake up.
Indeed. Second attack.
Yep. Come on.
Unfortunately, a 7 does not hit either.
Alrighty.
Anything with your bonus action, being a rune knight.
No, I'm holding it.
All right, fair enough. Segan. Segan is like, "You motherfucker!" And he drops the lead from the tiller, reaches across his back and starts pulling out harpoons, and loads it up into this carved board, and starts hurling one after another at this giant sea monster. That's a 22 to hit, and a 24 to hit. For 5 piercing and then 6 piercing. 11 total on the sea monster, on the giant sea serpent. And he scrambles down. Technically, yeah, no, he's not provoking an attack of opportunity from that other one. Down to his brother, and he starts fumbling through a pouch at his belt. Mama Blu-ray. Here we go. As that happens, She's going to recover her luminous burst. And yeah, she likes having advantage on hits. Oh, Malcolm, can you please roll me a wisdom saving throw, please, and see if you're still illuminated?
She needs to roll wisdom save for me too.
Yep. You failed, so you're still up on that one.
Love that.
Her wisdom save is going to be a 19.
That'll make it.
Yep. Yeah, she's gonna start laying in. Seeing you have all of this.
It takes half damage though.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll.
So 3 total damage.
She does not look hurt.
Yeah, no, it's 3 damage.
She's going to start laying into Malcolm because it's easy. Bite, claw,
She
tail.
can try.
Well, she has advantage on you.
Oh, right.
So that's a 21 to hit, a 16 to hit, and a 23 to hit.
They hit.
That's 8, 9, and 9. So 26 total on you.
All right. I'm down.
Wham,
Down for the count.
wham, wham. Focused fire. Malcolm hits the ground and is starting to bleed out as all of these claw attacks are on. Dean, you notice immediately that Malcolm is not wearing any of the plate mail that he was probably maybe somebody expected him to wear it while he was the one on watch, but here we are.
Yep.
Had to take a dip first.
And yeah, she's feeling
Oh, I
confident.
do have a bonus action. I'm so dumb.
Oh, it's all good. The sea serpent recovers the rhyme breath.
Why?
Rude.
Yep, that's a thing that happened, and it's going to come along and come along.
Can't see.
And you're all kind of embroiled with baby mama there. So it's going to bring its head back, and it's going to go for Bree up on the top.
Rude.
We're going to make a bite. That's going to be a 19 to hit you.
It does hit.
All right. That's 13 points of piercing damage. Oh,
On after I see Mac go down, you see like through my armor like a glow start happening, and as the beast goes to bite down, it for some reason you can see it looks like it's going to go for Bree, and it changes directions and attacks the mermaid instead, as my cloud rune shines bright and forces it to attack its own teammate. Or
like it. So that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage and only 1 point of cold damage because it's resistant. I like it. Good on you. Bree, it narrowly misses you. And it kind of like shakes its head at the bite and looks around with a strange intelligence of what's going on. And you see the tail whip up through the sky at Bree again.
Rude.
That's going to be an 18 to hit you.
That does hit.
All right. 11 points of bludgeoning, and I need you to roll a strength save.
Strength. I'm actually pretty good with my strength saves, hopefully.
Excuse me, Mr. DM.
Oh, 17?
I was wondering if...
Yeah, it's
Bree first.
It's technically in the water, but the icons are a little weird. Has not entered your spirit guardians for itself. You've got a 15-foot range, and she's 20 up in the air to do it. But technically, it did have to enter your area to bite the thing. So I'll
The
get
mermaid,
it to roll.
yeah.
You made the strength save. You are not knocked prone and hurled into the water, not flying.
Excellent.
I
like that.
Wisdom save. That's a 5. Roll that damage.
Ooh, baby. Tell me how you feel. Shock you with a
Nice.
15 radiant damage electric eel. Here.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just gonna
Got lost
move
in the
this for a
mosh.
moment. There we go. Yeah.
Get moshed in the pit.
Done. That's the sea serpent. Hasso rolls a death save. Yep. Violet,
For
you are
fuck's
laying
sake.
on the ground, on your
Yeah.
back.
Oh, God. And I'll stand up. That's half my movement, right? To stand up.
It is.
I will stand up. Oh, God. Just
Yeah, we won't use that.
and I look over
Voluminous
at Malcolm, who's
mermaid
like,
ish body on top of you.
"Yeah, get no, not like why?
Jiggle, jiggle.
Ugh.
Wiggle, wiggle.
And Malcolm is on the floor bleeding out, right?
Yeah, he's fucked.
I am going to just reach over, and honestly, there's like a certain gentleness that most clerics use cure wounds with. I am not that cleric. It is a solid, like, I'm like kicking him with my boot while he's on the ground, and I'm gonna cast cure wounds at 3rd level,
Oh,
which is
3d8.
1d8, 3d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 3.
Wisdom.
So that's 8 times 3 is 24, correct? No, 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 3.
Oh, you don't add it for every level. 3d8 plus 3.
Yeah, 3d8 is so 8 and 8 is 16, plus another 8 is 24. It's 3d8.
Yeah, but you have to roll it.
No, I don't, because I'm a grave cleric, James.
Oh shit, that's right.
When you would normally roll 1 or more die to restore hit points to a spell creature with a spell to a creature at 0 hit points, you instead use the highest number possible
Yes,
for
you do.
each die.
Yes, you do.
So it's
All-
24 plus 3, 27 hit points back to Malcolm.
He's alive.
And I go, yeah, and you stop dying. And I'll use my bonus action to spare the dying to stabilize Hasso over there.
And he is stabilized, which is
Just-
good.
Keep it together, please.
He's like, yep.
Yeah,
Anything else on your turn?
shut up. I'm angry. That's action, bonus action.
Yep. After your move.
Movement to stand up. I don't want to leave her range because I'll get attacked.
You want
and
to
that'll be
get
bad.
like off of her a little?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Malcolm.
Oh,
Okay. I am going to stand up without my movement. I am going to attack the.
I yell, "Put your armor on!" Like pissed off.
Do I have time for that?
Donning
No.
your armor would take around 10 minutes.
That's what
Oh,
I got.
okay.
Every turn is 6 seconds running through here.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
yeah,
hold
everyone
on.
just hold on.
Okay.
All right, I will. I'll stand up,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna start swinging with the great sword. Let's see. Gonna attack. Oh, does it roll twice for me every time I hit the button?
You probably double clicked the thing.
Oh, did I? Okay. Well, let's take the first one then. The 13 and the 26.
So the 13 misses, the 26 totally hits.
Nice.
That'll
13
do-
slashing damage.
13 slashing damage.
Okay.
Are you
Would you
going
allow
to
me-
use your Unleash Incarnation?
I was wondering if you'd allow me to make an insight check or something of the sort. Can I try to discern if maybe if beasts like these would be vulnerable to fire damage at all?
This is an intelligence-based check, not so much an insight-based check.
Okay, yeah, whatever you want.
Normally taking in that sort of thing is an action,
Okay.
but if you roll me nature, go ahead, roll nature. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Skill checks
You're
are
good.
fine.
Here goes nature. Oh, it's just an 8.
It's an 8. You
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
No
I
idea.
don't know.
She's a magical angler fish of from Texas.
Yeah.
And he's just a small town sea serpent living in a lonely world.
Okay.
It's the best you got.
They took the midnight
like,
boat
for a minute-
going anyway.
For a minute, you see like the focus on his head, and the circlet sort of glow a little bit and focus in the middle, but he thinks better of it and just decides he's gonna manifest an echo. Bonus action.
I believe the circlet is also an action
I would have
to use.
I would have
anyways.
action surged, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll summon as a bonus action my echo.
I'm just gonna put it where it fits.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then you know what? I'm gonna action surge anyway, and I'll attack her with the position of my
So you
echo.
do have the ability to unleash incarnation first before that happens.
Is it a whenever? Okay. Oh, it's not another bonus action, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
You're
Amazing.
just limited on a number of times per day based on your con mod.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do it then. So I'll
just
unleash
swing your
incarnation.
greatsword again. And after this fight, we'll go to break because it's been a long time.
All right, it's a 23 to hit.
23 totally hits.
12 slashing
points
damage.
of slashing.
All right. And then you know what? I'm going to action surge and attack her again.
Okay.
All right. 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Amazing. 6 plus 5 slashing.
The +5 is just from the crit on that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 slashing then. Got it. 6 slashing. 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay. How many times can I use my Unleash Incarnation? Whenever I take the attack action. Okay, so I suppose I can use it once more.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a total number of times equal to your con mod.
Okay.
Per
Yeah.
day.
I got 4 of them, so I got 2 left. 23 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
Slashing.
And you're just like
Violet told me to stop missing.
yeah.
That's it.
She's looking hurt. Definitely below half hit points.
Nice.
Bree, you have
Okay.
a sea monster in front of you.
I do. I am gonna use fairy fire on him.
Okay. Go ahead, throw it in the chat, and I will get him to roll.
Wrong button.
Beep boop. Deck save. Been a while. Failed. He is totally furred.
Excellent. So anyone attacking gets advantage. I believe that's what it says.
Yes.
And I get to trick the light. It's gonna be a violet light around him.
I like it. That is a thing that
Like, this is for you, Violet.
Aw,
She thinks
it's so pretty. It'd be adorable if it wasn't killing me.
There is that.
And we can all
Go.
see it, so
Yes.
right, everyone gets it. Okay, so that's 1.
Change those up a little bit. All right. So fairy fire as an action. So everybody has advantage on attacking the giant sea monster. And as it goes underwater, you can see the entire length of it just stretches beneath the boat and around and around and around. Like it's doing this.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, I get to use this, don't I? How does this work again?
What do you get to use?
Oh, I missed it last time. Okay. Never mind.
So that was your action, casting a spell. Anything in with your
One
bonus
action.
action?
Well, I still have another action.
You do not.
What do you mean I don't?
So you have an action and a bonus action on your turn.
When you take the
I-
attack action, you can attack twice.
That is totally a thing. But instead of attacking, you cast a spell this time.
Oh, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
That said, if you wanted to use something like your bonus action attack from Crossbow Expert, your favorite foe, or things like that, you have options.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the Crossbow Expert is predicated on you attacking that turn.
Yeah, on the first.
I'd have to look.
It-
So when you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, which you didn't do with the attack action, so you can't technically bonus action attack this turn. But you set your friends up.
I can't bonus action attack?
You
Even if I have another
cannot bonus action attack because you
Okay.
didn't take the attack action on this round.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, you get 3 pew-pews when you're doing the pew-pews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
When you're
Nice.
doing the pew-pews.
Indeed.
But only then.
I don't have a bonus action. And I used a spell.
You have favored foe as a bonus action, which is your D4 Hunter's Mark shenanigans.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says when I hit a creature with an attack roll.
Ah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I was
So,
thinking like
yeah.
Hunter's Mark.
No, that's
Cool.
different. I'm just double checking. That's fair. If
Dean,
we
you're
get
on
to a
deck.
bonus action. I don't think I can do anything else then.
All right. Are you going to stay where you're at?
I should probably move.
Well, I mean, you're in the dead center of the ship. That's not a terrible.
It's not a bad
to be.
place to be.
True.
If you were to say head over to the front mast of the ship, you would not provoke an attack of opportunity from him because you're still well within his range. All of you are well within his range.
And I could still hit with a bow if I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the front.
All right, Dean,
There.
you're up.
Okay. You see Dean, and he kind of looks like he grows 3 feet taller and like bulks out as he goes for another swing on this mermaid.
Big guy.
Abomination.
That's my trick. I always opium. No,
That's my trick. I always big guy.
big number go up.
We get it. Who do we have
right.
on the? We don't have an
On the
advantage. on
serpent.
Yeah.
Not the mermaid.
Does my swarm still get to attack or no?
So the swarm is just an extra ability that
It
happens
says
when you land.
each
a hit.
on your turns.
Mhm.
It doesn't say I have to hit. It just says a turn.
So-
Once on each of your turns, you can cause the swarm to assist you immediately after you hit a creature with an attack.
Oh, with an attack. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to read it all. That's okay.
It's all good.
I just want to make sure.
So, Frag, first
Anyways.
swing with a 10 does not hit.
Okay. The second swing.
Unless you're choosing to move on to Sea Serpent Dude.
No.
Okay, yeah.
But the second hit does.
Second hit does with an 18.
Okay.
10 points of damage.
Plus, I have to roll a d6 for my giant smite, and if you hit with an attack, you deal an extra d6.
Perfect. Go ahead, roll a d6. Roll a d6. Love it.
Oh.
1.
That's nice.
Wait a sec. I'm just gonna.
It's a damage
If you
that didn't
notice,
do otherwise.
if you notice underneath your great axe, under global damage modifier, I'm just turning on the check mark by giant smite. Now that you're big, it'll just roll it as part of your damage.
Oh, I didn't see that. Where was that? Sorry.
Just
Oh,
about
yeah.
dead center middle of the character sheet.
Yep, I see it now. Okay.
I threw that in for you before.
Okay, awesome.
It takes 1 more point of damage. And it's not a happy person.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, my bonus action was the giant smite at the beginning, so that is
Action surge?
I believe that's a bonus action as well,
It's
isn't it?
not. It's
Oh.
just a thing you get to do.
Oh, then I'm going to action surge and attack 2 more times, I guess.
You do not get a bonus action back, but you do get both of your attacks.
Nice.
Well,
So
nice.
those are some
25.
attacks.
Those
Let's
certainly
go.
are.
Wow.
So that's 9 and 11. Beautiful. Still kicking, but not by much. There's massive hacks in the body, and she's like, "Ah!"
She's almost sashimi.
Just about. Segan dumps a potion into his brother's mouth.
He would have been fine.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. And there we go. He's no longer the dead.
He is no longer the dead.
And then he's going to use his otter quickness. Or sorry, otterly quick ability to drag his brother underneath. They are below deck for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
The Yavalnoi
Roll. Wisdom save.
is going to roll a wisdom save for being in the shenanigans. That's a 23, so half damage.
23 will be half damage. 5 damage.
Takes 5 damage. And it's like... and flails the tail around and uses a disengage action and flops off the deck, splashing down into the water.
What language does it speak? Does it speak Sylvan?
Deep.
What language do you speak?
I speak a few. I
Okay,
speak
it
Abyssal,
seemed to be,
Draconic, Goblin, Infernal, and Sylvan.
It seemed to be primordial. It was speaking
Okay.
Aquan.
Okay, I don't have a.
And it like a walrus rolling off the deck of a ship, it gracefully glides into the water.
Don't let her get away, Jerry. Jerry, don't let her get away.
You see like this like faint blue glow, like you're talking to your Xbox or something, and it doesn't do anything.
Hang it.
And
I think it's fine. She's learned her lesson. Come on.
she slinks below the water, and there's this trail of like oozy mayonnaise going everywhere.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm gonna rip that anchor out of her head.
That said, the sea serpent. Sea serpent's turn. She didn't attack. She just disengaged. First things first is going to make a bite on the echo. Hits and kills the echo.
Ah.
It has a low AC and 1 hit point. The echo is dead.
Oh, it has 17 AC. Is
Uh-huh.
that low? Okay.
It is to a sea serpent that's adding a good metric fuck ton to every one of its swings.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep. That's 1 attack. Tanked it in. Yeah, it can see Malcolm. It can see Bree. Yeah, it can see all of you. We're going to go Bree because you lit it up.
Come
And
at me.
That's an 18 to hit you.
That hits.
6 points of bludgeoning damage on Bree. And I need to double check something for the fairy race and see if that works on you or not.
If what works on me? I'm scared now.
Hee.
Yep. So
scared.
roll me a strength saving throw, please, as the tail whips out and clubs you in the back of the head.
Ooh,
20.
20.
20. You're fine. You are not knocked prone and out of the sky, unable to fly.
I feel like I rolled that last time, so.
You're just tanking them. It's great.
It's like, is that all you got? Like this little thing against this huge monster.
Well, I don't even know if it actually sees you or if it just sees like what people see when they see a firefly. It's just you're like a firefly like out in the distance, and it's just like this little speck it sees, and it keeps trying to whip it out of its eyesight, but it's missing.
You feel the tail that hits you wrap around you, Bree,
Okay.
as it starts to constrict slowly.
That's rude.
And it looks down and it says,
"Leave the fat one."
Do we all hear it, or is it just
Yeah.
Bree?
all of you. It's coming out in common.
He's my friend, so no. You could just leave us alone. We're not bothering you.
It grins and starts to squeeze Bree to death.
Oh, that's fun.
That's 21 points of bludgeoning damage, Bree.
21?
21.
I'm down.
You are grappled, restrained, and it starts squeezing around you. Violet, you're up.
Cool. This is an interesting decision that I need to make at this point.
Decision.
Fuck it. 15,
Love that.
25,
I love that for you.
30. Yeah, I just run up to the side of the boat. And where, a part of its body is kind of near, I just go, you know what? Eat shit, fish lips. I just straight fist to this guy's torso. And
Fist
I'm going
of
to
the North
cast
Star.
Yeah, it glows like the fist burns with that like black shroud as it gets thrown.
You have advantage on.
Oh, it has advantage.
You do not have advantage on this
Wouldn't it? Because fairy
Why
fire.
not?
because Bree, who cast Fairy Fire,
Oh, yeah, it's a concentration spell.
is.
Don't you need to roll?
I'm down, though.
Oh, you're down
Yeah.
though. Well then, I forgot about that.
So your straight roll
Is an 11.
is an
Did it
11.
work?
An 11 does not hit the sea serpent.
Well,
you're like,
shit.
Your
So,
Spirit Guardians also drops.
Yes, I am switching concentration from one to the other.
Yep.
So
technically, your hands are still glowing.
Hey, big guy. Nice to see you. And I just kind of like pat him on the stomach a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Actually, on second thought, you can just you can have him. I'm not that attached. You can just like if you just want to like yoink and you can just we're good, right? We're good. We're good. You can just
cuddle?
go for it. And I'll
Dean, they're sacrificing you
we're
to.
we're good. We're fine.
I
One
love
of us is.
Yeah, and it just grins at you. This whole thing is very amusing to it.
You can just take him. Like I get it. I see it. Team you. You got it.
You cast a spell. Anything else for your turn? You want to spare
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action spare the dying on Bree. In the midst of like all the like, yeah, you big guy, my man,
Point up with the mask.
my guy. You can take him. Look at him. He looks tasty, don't he?
Bree, you've got the grappled condition applied to you. You're still about 20 feet up. You're just in its tail at this point.
Okay.
You are at 0.
My guy.
movement. Yeah.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
Alright.
some boosted treasure. So
No way.
Phenomenal.
when you guys next get some treasure, it will be more because of channel points
Amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
from Stupid
Alright.
Sexy Manders.
I am going to run down the deck here.
Mhm.
And I'm
If you
going-
wanted to go the other way, Segan and Hasso are essentially off the board.
right.
They're
Um,
below deck.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to conjure my echo just here in the space beside him.
Okay.
I want to be physically beside my brother and let my echo deal some damage
Oh,
As you should.
giant man.
for me.
Is it is your echo going to be flying, or is it going to be on the deck of the ship?
I think it'll be on the deck of the ship. If I decide to switch places with it, I don't want to fall anywhere.
All right.
Did
fair
I mention they were a combo deal? You get one, you get the other free.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
There you go.
All right, and I'm gonna start swinging with them. Okay, 16 to hit.
16 just matches.
Amazing. 9 slashing damage. I guess I double clicked again. I don't know what's up with my mouse, but 22 to hit. Go for
22
10,
also hits.
another 10 slashing damage. And you know what? I think we will unleash incarnation again and do one more. It's right now is not the time to skimp.
Middle of the
Or-
night.
25 to hit for 9 slashing damage.
9 slashing. Totally hits.
I swear I'm only clicking once on this, but it keeps populating a bunch.
I don't know. That's all good.
And I suppose that's it.
Beautiful. I like it. Bree, you're at 0 hit points, but you are stable.
Yes.
Dean, you're up.
Not dead, and that's what matters.
Not dead. I'm not dead yet.
Oh,
You are
nearly
on
dead. You are muted.
Oh, everybody hydrate.
You are muted. Boom, ba-dum, I don't have a drink. Oops.
I move up
How
beside
dare
him and
You have
I go
one
for attacks.
I have a
Swing
little
that
bottle
about
of
it.
hot sauce. I could.
No.
12.
Oh,
15?
and you got swole, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say that the echo moved a little bit to
Oh.
accommodate.
Sure.
Thank you, Samanders.
Turns. What is it?
A 12 is not gonna do it.
Yeah, I
um,
know.
A 15 is also not gonna do it.
Try to
He's
see. what-
right here for you. Go for it. He's tasty. Look at him.
I think
I'm
that is it, I believe.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, because you're basically rocking most of your hit points. So, the sea serpent's turn. It sees a big old tasty boy in front of him, and I think he's gonna eat you, Dean. I'm fairly confident he's gonna eat you.
fully doing like the Lion King hula dance. If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat.
That's totally going to hit you. That's gonna be
no.
21 points of piercing and 1 cold damage, so 22 total on its bite attack.
Okay.
Eat my buddy Malcolm. Eat my buddy
And-
Dean because he is a treat.
Bree, you are no longer grappled.
Ugh.
But you fall 20
Ew.
feet.
Ah!
Taking damage
Ow.
and are now rolling death saves.
I got
Yay.
As
God.
its tail whips around at Malcolm's echo because it doesn't know any better. We're gonna see.
Sure. This thing is stupid.
It hit it through a 17 to hit the echo.
Damn it! My echo.
Yep. That's its turn. Violet, you're up.
And I'll once again bonus action to like spare the die.
Yeah.
just stop dying over there.
You see Bree like bleh, bleh, bleh.
I'm like, you're fine, you're fine.
This hurts.
It's the Tinkerbell scene where Julia Roberts is just dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy right here, and I give him a little pat on the stomach again. I'm trying to vampiric touch him. It's a very soft, like, this guy.
Yeah. Go for it.
You wouldn't. That's
Ooh.
nothing. It's
That
nothing
is
at
a-
all. The spell doesn't even go off. It's fine.
It's
You
just a
can
natural
Take him. Go for it. Take him away, boss. You got it. I am all on board for this. I'll
Malcolm.
see you around.
You're up. Are you gonna stay where you're at, Violet?
I am going to. How far away is like the below deck from me?
Like 10 feet.
Cool.
You feel like you would provoke an attack of opportunity should you
Unless, of course, I use Misty Step instead.
you have already used a bonus action to stabilize
Oh,
Bree.
you right. Never mind. I'm gonna be right here. Hey,
Malcolm.
and I like tap Dean on the shoulder too. I'm like, this guy.
Tasty meats.
Yeah. He looks delicious, doesn't he?
Indeed.
Okay.
What you got, boys?
I am going to do the same bonus action, conjure my echo right there beside
Yep.
my brother, and start swinging. So it's just Dean and echo of the same shape of Dean swinging on this guy.
Dean too.
Electric Boogaloo.
All right. First one is 11 to miss. 20 for 11 slashing damage.
20 totally hits the young sea serpent.
Amazing. And I think that is it.
All right. All the lacerations are looking like they're adding up. Bree,
Chopping.
You're
Chopping.
you are at 0. Bleh,
I'm at
bleh.
0. I hurt.
Dean.
This is why I fly.
All right.
Ooh.
Yep.
Now,
Oh, that's a natural 20.
So hold on.
21. Oh,
Hold on. So with the first hit, Dean's going to be decapitating a fish. And I need you to tell me how you're going about doing this.
after,
You.
he kept like talking, like the fish was like yummy, and I'm as he like last time he says it, I just like eat this and just slice his head right off with the battle axe. Drops.
I get
Yeah.
this vibe of like you leaning over the deck and like looking away, and the
Yeah.
head just kind of sails up and lands on the deck
Yeah.
behind you. And there's
Yeah.
fucking explosions for some reason.
An eagle caws in the back.
Yeah, he kind of just like
Yeah.
he spins like this giant like battle like great axe in his hand and just goes as he looks away like
I love it.
yeah.
There is a sizable amount of sea serpent just floating around now. And yeah, I'm gonna say things settle in the darkness. And the otter boys are like, we need a fucking break.
You're telling me.
Yeah. Whew. the moment danger is gone, Violet has gone from like, hey, yeah, to like coughing up blood to like, yeah, hold on. And I like hobble my way over to Bree, and I'm just gonna pump a first level cure wounds. India. And you're instantly going to regain 8, 9, 11 hit points.
Yep.
Because that's how my Cure Wounds works.
Can I cast Good Berry?
Dean just looked. Oh. Dean just looks so impressed with that whole act. He just goes over to his brother and like holds his face, and he's like, "Why was your armor off? What the fuck were you doing?"
All right, fair enough. I'm sorry. Thought I saw something cool in the
You're
water.
sorry? You could have been dead.
I don't know what to tell you. Well, it's a good thing we have Violet kicking around, huh?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
He kind of just grunts and like
we
walks
handled
down the
it.
steps.
We handled it like we always do.
I pat Dean like on his armored chest or unarmored chest. I don't know if you're dressed or not. And I just
not.
I just pat you and I go, I always believed in you. You did phenomenal, and I was not gonna let him eat you ever. The thought never crossed my brain.
He just kind of grunts and like walks down into like go back to sleep.
I will also heal you.
Oh, thank you
as well.
That would be nice.
Just a little bit. We're gonna sleep. I'm gonna go back to bed real quick here in a second. But I'm gonna heal you with my ASMR healing instead, so you get 6 points of healing, just like you. Good job.
So we're gonna take a couple of minutes and go to break quick, because it's been literally hours that that fight went long because reasons. So let's take 5 minutes and have a pee and do what you need to do, and then we'll figure out what happens, and I can roll up some extra treasure for you guys.
Okay,
Hike up my jeans.
sounds good.
Looking for loose lint.
Love it. All right, back in. We got 9. We'll be back in 9:05. Go pee.
Good. Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
And we're back. Hello,
Woo!
everybody. We're back and we're alive.
Whew.
I probably
Apparently.
should have rolled up that treasure, huh? You know what? I'm not doing that. You guys can
Ooh.
do it for me.
Okay.
So
Love it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
went
This is
on.
this
There
is
we
what we're gonna do. We had 2,000 channel points come in for it.
Woo.
So we're gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna say we're gonna roll some magic item tables. Quick.
Woo!
Yes. I want to see what we
you
find
guys
in this
are-
serpent.
Yeah, it's totally a thing that the serpent had on its back. No, Hasso and Segan reach out and grab a thing, and let's see what we get here. So Dean, go ahead and roll me. Yeah, we'll go from. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Side note, I had to roll a D100 in my game on Sunday.
Mhm.
I rolled a 100.
Nice.
Ooh, let's go.
Are you guys hearing anything on Freg's mic?
Yeah,
Aside from the talking, are you getting that thing again?
yeah.
No.
I hear it.
Okay.
I
You want to
Not
refresh
crazy.
video?
Yeah, I'll do it real quick.
Thanks. It just shows up in the recording. 64, and it also gives me a chance to look up what a
Find his
64 is. I like it. We are. Now, for the rest of you, chuckleheads, I'd like you to each roll me a D4, please.
Oh,
4.
yeah,
4.
that's not how the plan
4.
goes. 1.
All right.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
So
I'm sorry.
you either get 1 up or down from the thing that was rolled, or 4 up or down from the thing that was rolled. Dean, you get to choose without knowing.
Sorry, say that again.
So I rolled a number to
Yeah.
generate a magic item. You can either take what you rolled, take one of the magic items up or down from it, or take one of the magic items that's 4 up or down from it on the chart. You get to choose because you landed the killing blow.
Oh,
So I'm just going to read you out a couple of magic items, and you choose which one is being presented to you guys.
okay.
I'm going to turn down that sound for a minute here. Here we go. Yeah, so the first item, so this could be, you're choosing your reward here, a ring of animal influence. It could be a ring of evasion. It could be a periaptive proof against poison, preventing you from being poisoned. It could be a mace of terror, or it could be a ring of protection. What is it?
Sorry, what was that? The poison thing again? Was that a potion?
Periapt of proof against poison. So essentially with that guy, it's a delicate chain. You're immune to the poison condition and have immunity to poison damage, and it does not take attunement.
Oh, I think that one.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, what were the other options?
There's a ring
Mace of Terror?
Mace
Mace
of
of
Terror,
Terror.
I know that thing sounds
Ring
sick.
of
But
protection.
a ring of protection, a ring of animal influence, or a ring of evasion.
I was like, I like the ring of evasion too. I mean, all the rings could be thing, but the poison one I thought was. I think
And
that's
it doesn't require attunement, which is
Yeah,
why it's
that's-
powerful.
Yeah.
All right. Hasso and Segan head out, and you see some little otter-sized bandages covering them. And
Here, hold on. I got you. Are you? Can I like check in on him? Like, how's he
Yeah.
looking?
Hasso looks like he looks like an animal that's been manhandled and then washed down with dawn. He's not
Gotcha.
living his best life at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Come here, bud, and I'll just tap him, and I'll cure wounds him too.
Yeah, I appreciate the shit out of that, man. Wow,
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
that's
That's
the thing.
yeah. You look. Somebody's got to steer the boat, and it's not going to be one of these truckle fucks.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
It's
And,
bigger than me, so
Everything's bigger than you.
You look around and you realize for the past like 10 minutes, nobody's been steering the boat.
That's fine.
Yeah.
There's Jerry, right? Jerry was doing stuff.
Jerry
awake.
was totally doing stuff. 100%.
Jerry was looking at us eating popcorn.
Segan comes out and you hear some like rustling in a footlocker that's built into the bottom of the boat. Like he puts a plank back and he pulls this long silver chain out and he's like, I appreciate the heck out of y'all saving our boat. There's this massive black gem on the end of it. It's good. Keeps you from dying, and just like chucks it at Dean. But it's party treasure, so you guys can make the choices that you want to make. But throws it at Dean, killing blow and all.
No objections from me.
To the victor go the spoils, I guess.
Dean just kind of throws it on and.
All right.
says
I will
nothing
drag
more.
it onto your character sheet.
It's like a good belt. Is that what you said?
Absolutely. So for again, does not require attunement as long as it's on your body. You cannot have the poison condition, and you are immune to all poison damage. You can walk through a green dragon's breath and be fine.
Nice.
It's a thing.
Very cool.
That nice.
Yeah. And yeah, Segan's gonna go up and be like, all right, let's check this out. And he pulls out this small box and opens it, and it glows for a moment, and he says some words, and you see his like big black otter eyes just kind of like sweep with the star field for a second. And he taps that rod, and you see the boat just kind of like point this way.
Oh God! Oh,
Ah!
I'm going
Alright.
back to bed. Rest of y'all can deal.
Does Malcolm put his armor on?
Yes, I think he probably would. Great idea.
I like it. All right. Some time passes. And morning comes, and the sound of seagulls overtakes everything. As you know, you're out and about, doing your business, just cruising the high seas. You eat whatever Violet can keep down, I suppose.
Oh no, I'm actually like fine.
Okay.
My constitution is 14. Like we are good. We're
Okay.
fine.
Fair enough. Yeah,
She's just playing it up because
that's fair.
an
You
excuse to
like
go nap all
candied
day.
ginger? Yeah, that's the thing.
I like ginger, and I like to go have naps.
These are both things that are good to have.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Feel free.
Oh, I was going to say, would there be a short rest or?
Oh, you have finished combat. time moved on. You complete a long rest. You get back
stuff.
your stuff,
Gosh.
and the day carries forward. And in the wake of a massive blood pool of a sea serpent, there's still a massive amount of fish on the deck. And Malcolm, something occurs to you. This is a dragon.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you guys killed a dragon.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell
What?
everyone that for sure.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
brag about almost being squeezed to death by a dragon. That's cool.
Squish him.
I mean,
I'll probably be
We
like
all gotta
rooting
start
through
somewhere.
the I'll probably be like rooting through the like the mouth and stuff, see if there's any,
yeah, get me.
Oh, I was
leftover
gonna go
teeth
through the
stuff
mouth
in there.
too. I can go
We're all
in.
going through the mouth. Like, let me get them teeth.
Y'all can roll me a group survival check. Unless you have a very
Ooh.
specific
Oh.
skill.
I mean, I have
To-
medicine.
Okay, I'd let you roll medicine if you wanted to.
That was a natural 20 plus
Yeah,
6.
there you go. See,
Let me
Bree
roll my
Nevermore
medicine.
knows what the fuck
Yeah.
is up.
Fuck off.
The medicine is not much better because you're like, oh yeah, this is a giant gaping monster.
13.
Yeah. Huh.
Roll 20 hates you today.
Roll 20 hates me all the time, James.
I see. I see.
We
I
should
can-
stop using this
Kind of
program.
good last
I can
Wednesday.
prove that the randomness generator is still working. I have eyes on it. I can see how many people roll everything every minute. It's kind of a cool
Nice.
thing.
That's cool.
Between all of you, you manage to essentially scour this thing down for meat and parts. Bree is doing the majority of the like, give me this, and is like doing scalpel cuts by starting on one end and flying around it. So it's
Yes.
just like going back and forth and doing ranger business as
Yeah.
rangers are wont to do.
Checks out.
You have a plethora of food at your disposal. This thing will eat real well once you get to land. The birds are very interested.
I make a note to the party too. Is like, there is blood all through this water, and we saw things far bigger than this in this ocean. We should probably get moving.
We're moving. We're moving.
Yeah, Jerry is getting you on task. The party collectively has enough like body part, so to speak, that should any of you want to fashion a suit of dragon scale shenanigans, you probably could. The rest of it could probably be sold for parts and money and prestige and
Yeah.
all that jazz. So
What,
if you want tokens and
kind of-
souvenirs, you have them.
what kind of armor would
Scale mail.
Drag-
It's it's
scale mail?
medium.
damn it?
Make one for you.
I
You
mean,
need about
that'd be-
3 scales.
But it's medium. I can't fly if I medium armor.
One for the front of your torso, one for the back of the torso, and one just for your butt.
Can how about this? Because I do kind of want some of the dragon on me. Can I take like part of a scale, and almost use it as like a die?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah,
The scales are
die
bigger
for-
than each of the palms of your hands, so you've got more than enough material to work with to break and carve and all that jazz. So
Excellent.
I
Yeah.
mean, would it just be scale or would it be like a special scale mail?
it would be of cold resistance if it's dragon scale.
Yeah, I'll like
Would it be
help me get
blue
some of
in
this
color?
stuff.
The kind of sickly looking color of the sea serpent that you killed.
Yeah,
Good.
I'll
I-
yeah.
I grab a chunk, like a decent chunk, to put in my bag.
I like it. Yeah. To the spoils, or to the victor goes the spoils.
Oh,
And the remainder of whatever you have, it's easy enough to chum if you were so inclined.
Yeah, we'll chum. We'll toss it.
Let something else take care of it, and maybe
Yep.
snack on it instead of you. The next day is uneventful. Everybody's a
Thank
little more
God.
vigilant, keeping their armor on. Sigan and Hasso had a good chat.
Want me to jump in there
And-
with armor on? Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. Make better decisions, Mayo boy.
How about we don't jump in the water?
Thought there was some magic items in there.
I don't know if Violet cast any of the water-based rituals that clerics have for the trip.
I don't have a single one.
Could. You prep your
Nah.
spells every day at dawn.
Nah.
All right. No water walk. No Jesus spells for you.
No Jesus spells for any of you.
Yeah. The rest of the trip is reasonably uneventful, and you find yourselves pulling up on a sandy beach, not far off from where the rather than taking the skiff coming in, Sigan and Hasso just dock the boat up onto a sandy beach. They don't have to worry
that's
about
one
it
way to do
because
it.
they can. Well, it's how you do it in a fishing boat most of the time. And they have Jerry to just like back them
The
out.
reverse.
Yeah,
True.
right. They have outboard motor technology,
Jerry coming in clutch.
and there's a big
I-
old sandy beach waiting here for you. Off in the
Oh.
distance, that you see spattering of wooden huts, like wooden walkways that seem to be made out of driftwood, hardened clay steps that go up from the beach up into a village,
Yeah.
off this massive island that, as the sun comes up, everything's peaceful and glorious. And then behind what looks like a volcano that totally doesn't fit the topography of anything else,
Yeah.
there's like a light show shining into the sky. There's massive skulls with wings that are on fire that are just screeching around, terrorizing seagulls and stuff. Down on the beach, you see one of these like little. You've heard of what a flame skull is?
Yeah.
This looks kind of like a flame skull that was drawn by a teenaged boy in black pen,
Oh, for sure.
and it's fighting a seagull for the scraps of something on the beach, and
French
it's
fries.
losing.
Do we like how badly do we want to just get this over with? Like, do we want to like stay here, or do we want to just like, find Nathaniel and like go home?
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
Yeah. All right.
Well,
And
if we talk to, I don't remember what they're called. That one tribe that's here that makes things
The
Kuo-toa.
Kuo-toa.
fish boy.
Yeah. We should probably talk to them as well, so they stop all this if it's their doing.
I mean, yeah. I think we could find him pretty easy. At least I have a hunch.
What sort of hunch?
Oh boy, I don't want. Fine. And I'll just like look up at everything that's going on. I go, hey, and I'm like yelling out into the sky. I'm like, Nate, it's me. It's Violet from that party. You like asked me out, and I totally turned you down. Can I like roll that back? You're kind of cool now, and I want to chat.
And so there's not so much an answer to any of that, but
Yeah.
echoing through like across the island is just this like Yeah.
And like in like stark contrast to like, hey, like you're kind of hot now, and like let's talk. Like you're kind of cool, and then there's like that like immediate drop into like, God, what a fucking poser. Like, oh, I can't stand this ass.
As Violet's shouting at the sky, I'd like to cast Goodberry.
as Ranger prep being what it is, you tell me how many times you cast Goodberry last night, because they last 24 hours instead of
true.
8. So you add
I
Goodberry to
would-
your inventory and keep me honest. You'd be fine.
Okay. But
There is
I
an
thought-
understanding that Rangers are going to have a fuckload of out of combat healing available to them.
I think twice, last night and today.
Okay.
So I
So you can spend every spell slot you have before you go to bed to cast Goodberry.
Oh, true.
Like
and I
50,
only
60 of them.
I only did one.
Yep.
So I had 3. So I had 30 good berries.
That's the
Okay,
thing.
I'm good. I don't
First
think I
aid
need to
kits.
cast
30.
today. Yeah.
Yep.
I have 30 good berry. I love
Great out of combat healing.
it. It is.
Um,
It really is. Yeah, that's my inventory.
So, you gonna come talk, or like, you just want to stay up on that goddamn mountain all day, and I'll like light my fucking tobacco pipe.
It's a massive island. You're speaking towards a jungle.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Worth a
There's
shot.
just
you
ambient
figure
metal.
Guy
The
who
best
has
kind
the
of
ability
metal.
to do all of this would, be able to listen in and like show up when he wanted to, but I guess he's not actually that powerful. Like making a show of it,
While she's like yelling at the forest, I go up to Mac and kind of just like push him to the side and be like, "Don't do shit like that again. Like, we already lost our dad. I don't need to lose you too."
Yeah, and I thought we covered this last night. Like, we made it through. It'll be fine. Looking around here,
You barely made it through. Don't you understand that? You could have died.
yeah, I
There's no place after this. We're lucky to be here together. Don't
okay.
Be an
I'm
idiot.
sorry. Looking around, do we see any Kuatoa out here on the beach?
Okay.
Nope.
And
Oh.
I fly up and see if I see anything like out of place.
Yeah. As you circle up, Hasso and Segan kind of come up the deck, and they're like, "Yeah, that village there is this is the Isle of Mielbin, and that's the village of Mielbin because that's it.
That makes sense.
Like that's
Hey.
Yeah, that
like
Yeah.
we bring them stuff from the mainland, and then they trade us stuff that they get here. But there's a settlement there. If you want to talk to folks, I know on the opposite side of the island, and in the jungle proper, there's a bunch of different settlements and tribes and stuff. These are the guys that we trade with, and then they trade with the others. Safer for us that way,
Gotcha. Well,
This is new.
yeah.
It was just like listening for a
This
moment.
is, yeah, subtle for sure.
We got a loser to go retrieve. Let's.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna start walking.
He kind of turns and looks, probably at Dean. It's like, so how you guys planning on getting home?
we'll call you.
We'll
As we just
swim.
kind of like,
All right.
as we kind of keep walking and just kind of like wave goodbyes. Don't even like look back at him.
Okie dokie. If you're going there anyway, you want to fucking help? And he starts like loading up some crates and stuff. They pull a small. It looks like a wooden children's snow sled. Off the deck. It's really just a big thing of curved boards, and they start loading these things up and pushing it across the sand, in the direction of the village. And yeah, you see as you approach and Bree, from your eye line, dozens and dozens of folks just like going about their business. As you get closer, you see people mending nets and going about like walking down to the beach. is early in the morning at this point. Folks going about their business and starting to make their way. And that's what we're going to call it for tonight, because it's
All right.
9:30.
Yes.
You have reached the Isle of Mielbin. You have obtained a magical item through the power of chat and friendship. And
No one's
for
dead
next
yet.
week. And no one's dead yet.
No
Well,
one's
I mean,
dead.
You
What?
almost killed an otter. That was the thing that happened.
I mean, I was half concerned that Malcolm would just fall off the side of the ship and be gone into the night.
There was that.
Yeah. Like,
We survived.
I was hoping to kill you.
I thought somebody was gonna die when like it was like 2 hits in and one person was down. I was like,
I can keep taking it. It's fine.
Did you not use a relentless endurance when you got down the first time?
No.
No.
Not. You don't have to,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That's
Add it in
what
the
I.
tank, just in case.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was like, wait, what? Why? For a second, I was like, is that a fighter thing or?
It's an orc thing.
Orc.
Yeah, it's an
Well,
orc
actually,
thing.
It's an orc
Uh,
thing.
Is it an orc or a half orc thing?
It's a
don't
half
remember.
orc thing.
It's a half orc thing, but the version of orc that we're using for race is it gets it as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Because you're using the Mordenkainen's orc.
Yeah, whichever one we chose on the.
I can't recall the exact one we grabbed.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's the Mordenkainen's shenanigans. Powerful build, relentless endurance, and adrenaline rush, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, that's us in a nutshell.
Woo!
We're
In a nutshell.
gonna raid out tonight,
Must be a
and
big nutshell.
it's a reasonable sized nutshell. I think I'm just taking a look and seeing if we have any friends that are playing tonight. Blackwater's on, but they're going to be ending here shortly. If chat knows anybody, go ahead and recommend. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick.
Read out to me. I'll just keep streaming on my own Twitch for the next 3 hours.
There's a group called Behold Roleplay, and they have some custom looking art that is pretty cool.
ooh.
So I'm gonna take it over to them. Thank you everybody for stopping by. You can find us here on Wednesday night with David running his Wild West game that I'm working on some music-y stuff
You'll
for.
find me there for there. I'll be there
Me too.
too. And
We're
he-
gonna have some new character art that
Oh, is
I
it
think-
done?
no. I got to
Aw.
get everybody's stuff all together, but I met with the artist and she's amazing.
I can't wait to see it.
Goes by Satan. You can catch
Love
them
that.
on
Love it.
Luck and Chaos on the Hype Goblins channel. But yeah, that'll be in short order, probably a couple of weeks before we get everybody. It's just going to be like bust up wanted poster style in a sketch, because I watch way too much Tangled, and all the wanted posters of Flynn Rider are everything that I need.
Yes. Yes.
They never
Um,
get my nose right.
They never get my nose right. That said, yeah, you can catch us here on Monday nights for our TTRPG showcase. We'll be wrapping up this game next episode, and then we'll be jumping
Ooh.
into Dark City, which is our Castlevania-inspired
Yeah.
1980s action movie. Vampires are our corporate overlords kind of shtick.
Cyberpunky.
After that, we're going to have Indestructiboy on the channel running Vagabond, his new TTRPG system,
That'll be
for a
fun.
couple of weeks. It's going to be good. Yeah, and then if you're in the Calgary area, in February, we're going to be at the Airdrie Public Library running a couple of courses on how to paint minis. So if you're inclined, I believe it's free, but I'll throw some I'll share some stuff on the socials when I know more about stuff. So thank you guys for tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed trying to murder you with sea monsters.
It was
Yeah,
a
it
good
was
time.
fun.
It was an honor.
Indeed. Honor and a privilege. But we're going to raid out to Behold Roleplay. and
Right.
see how they're doing tonight. So
Alrighty.
thank
a
you,
good night.
everybody.
You guys
Night.
watching?
I believe we've got 5 seconds, 4 seconds,
Woo!
3, 2, 1
Yo,
second.
oh God.
Oh God, bye.
Oh no.
There we go. And we're raiding, and we're raiding, and we're raiding with the party of 6.